Bam. Let's see. Bam. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We are live. Let's do that up a little bit. Do I?
Oh, this is dangerous. ChronicleBot wants to connect to my entire Google Calendar.
Oh. Yikes. He wants to know all about you.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so we could create an infinitely recurring event because we can tell ChronicleBot to only go so far in the future.
Should I tag everyone that we just went live on Twitch?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. Good call. You're on it.
Twitch.tv/the PDH Pod. Hold up. By using @everyone, you're about to mention 50 plus people. Are you sure? Yes.
Yes, bot. Yes, yes, Discord.
All right.
No. Audio property. I need to be upwards. There we go. Is that better? I think that's better. That's better. That's
What's
better.
up, dude?
What's
What's
better?
up?
What's going on?
Good to see you.
What's better?
Up?
What's going on? Yeah, thanks for popping in. We're just sort of getting ready for the actual stream. This is the pre-stream before the stream, like pre-gaming before the actual game. Why are y'all so low? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that's why. Turn you guys up a little bit. There we go.
Hope you all hit your land drops and draw the bombs.
Me
Jokes
too.
on you, Dax Goes Face. I don't even play bombs. I don't believe in good cards.
Good cards. Schmud cards.
There he is, Dax Goes Face. Oops, no bombs. Yeah, no, that's fine.
What's up, Dex? Is up.
All right. When the ChronicleBot makes a message about a new event, do we want it to ping everybody? I think the answer is probably no.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
I'm okay not getting those pings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to get those pings. All right. Delete the last channel message after an event has ended. No, let's not do that. That sounds awful. Use calendar event reminder times. Remind the channel based on the notification times. Oh, holy shit. You could set a reminder in the Google Calendar and the bot will automatically. That's so awesome. I created a whole new channel for this, by the way. Like it's going to spam that channel.
Yeah, Dex, we're trying to set up a calendar bot because a year and change ago when we first started doing this, we created a Google Calendar to like organize our recording times and events and everything.
Yep.
And we haven't used it in well over a year.
We put two things in it.
Our first two recording sessions were in it, and then never again. So we all just sort of collectively remembered that exists.
Yep.
And we all got excited about its existence. Now Liam is trying to create more things on the PDH Pod's Google Calendar, like Brad streams and our recording times. And we're working on trying to get a bot to integrate that Google Calendar with messages on Discord, so it'll remind us on Wednesdays.
All right, so we can notify on the creation of an event, notify the update of an existing event, and notify the removal of an existing event. I don't know that people necessarily need updates. But it would be nice to know if it was moved by like an hour for whatever reason.
I could see that.
I think I'm going to turn that one off for now, but the creation and the removal will stay. Recurring event messages. Combine multiple. Yes. Yes. Please combine recurring ones. I don't know what that means. As an event approaches, reminders will be created. How often do we want to bug people about this? We can do 1 day. Oh, we can only do one reminder. 2 hours? 3 hours?
Yeah, either one's fine, I think.
6 hours. We'll notify them at noon the day of.
There we go. I like it. Can't do that in here, do.
Grumgully's stinginess. There's no points. There's no channel rewards.
I know. I
What
got
am I
nothing.
even watching this stream for? Wide Yargle dance. So close.
That's different. Percent. Event sync. Sync Google Calendars to the Discord event. Yes, please. Number of days to sync. 30.
Oh.
No higher than 7. That's dumb. Auto start and stop. Okay. Well, so I'm going to set the reminders to 7 if the sync is only 7. Event link.
Reminds people early that you go.
What am I going to do with 10
with
channel
double-digit channel points? Oh my god! You need like a sticker or something.
Bet them on me.
Bet them on Dave to win the podcast.
Yeah, I'm definitely winning tonight.
I'll
I
take.
don't know what deck I'm building.
I'll throw the podcast just to win.
I don't know if you guys watched the end of the first Pals game last night, but
I tuned in when I was in between the front yard and backyard mowing. That's when I was in there.
So over the last like year or two, I had accumulated like 130 or 140,000 channel points on the Pals.
Yikes! Yeah.
I decided that now was the time to redistribute those back out into the community. So every time the Pals have done a game, I've been betting like 10, 20, 30, 50,000 points on a game, like intending to just lose them all.
Right.
And in the first game they played last night, I bet 20,000 on someone, and then Fred bet on himself and won. So there were lots of accusations of insider trading happening.
Sounds like
I don't know what Fred is going to do with my 20,000 channel points, but I have concerns.
Hey, what's up, Vagrant? Minister of
Face
Entertainment. Yes, Minister.
Whoa.
I'm actually in Missouri, but just about pretty much on the opposite corner of the state. I'm in southeast Missouri.
And Bill, yeah, we're doing some live builds.
Yeah, this is our 3x3 new set commander build.
Except instead of going through pillars, we're all just gonna build a deck in real time.
Yeah, these aren't new cards. We all know what they do. We're just doing it.
Yep. Yeah, the standard issue 3x3 for the like the new set. When a new set comes out with like cool new mechanics, we're all like, we need to talk about what the mechanics are and how they interact with all these other things. But for this one, it's just there are no cool new unifying mechanics.
Nope. It's just a mess of reprints.
Yep.
This is a live episode recording, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It'll be here. I'll see if I can throw it on the Patreon timeline. I'll probably throw it up on YouTube a little bit later, etc. So this here sort of, I mean, you don't have to catch the stream if you're busy or what have you. You can always pick it up later on YouTube or what have you. But this is basically going to supplant the normal episode for the week.
Let's go.
What's up?
Be fine.
Bobby.
How you doing?
Mr. Pauper certainly loved the episode you were on, Bobby. He had a lot of good things to say. It was a good episode. What's up, Scoob?
I'm at the fair waiting on food.
Ooh, funnel cake? Funnel cake and beer?
Funnel cake and beer?
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for.
Funnel cake and beer? Owe it all to you fine folks. For all the grief we gave you about coming on to the stream for the worst episode, the episode that was going to just give you, like, ruin your reputation, like, I'm delighted that things seem to have worked out.
Yep.
I mean, I never had a doubt. Never a doubt
No.
in my mind.
Not a single one. Thanks, Dex. We appreciate you.
It was still a trap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was still a trap.
This is still a trap.
What I need everyone to do.
Uh-oh.
This is Brad, Dave, and everyone listening to me. Quickly pop over to Discord, the PDH Pod Discord. Let me know if you can see the event that has popped up. If you can, just click on the little interested button.
One new mention in the general. Oh, wait, that's Dave.
I have
Wait,
the
in the
event
general, that's
better
Dave.
than that PDH stream.
Oh,
I clicked
in
the
the
event
general, that's
better
Dave.
than that PDH stream.
We were echoing like
Yep.
crazy. One event. Interested. Yay.
I tricked all you people. Now you must be there.
Now I have to be at my own stream. Damn it. Damn it.
Okay. The good news is I think the sync is on. I think it's working.
Good.
Dope.
What did I commit to? A good time.
Hell of a good time.
Wow, you guys have a system?
We
Human centipede. Hold up.
Sure.
Hold up.
Hold up, yeah. Hold up.
20 bucks is 20 bucks.
No.
So, I was teaching summer school for the last month, and
God.
one of my summer school kids. This is like a 15-year-old boy walks into the classroom with this really ratty old t-shirt. Like, you can tell this t-shirt is well worn. This is a t-shirt that has seen lots of love over the years. And the t-shirt it's a black t-shirt with white text on it. And all it says is, "I'm not gay, but 20 bucks is 20 bucks."
Yep.
I was like, all right. Dude knows exactly what he's about, and I'm here for it. I support him and his choice to wear that shirt to high school. Just like that kid's dad, that shirt has seen some things. Yeah. Man, inflation's a bitch. Back in my day,
Said
said
$5.
$5.
Finsky's a Finsky.
It's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I think I need to get some more PDH Pod stickers made. It's been a while since I sent them out to any patrons.
Who is building what, or am I jumping the gun? I don't know what I'm building. My deck is going to be some kind of surprise.
Ooh, I don't even know.
Oh, You're supposed to tell me eventually.
We
So
were supposed to pick.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
supposed to pick?
No. We were supposed to pick.
Yeah, the two of you were supposed to pick for me.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to step out of the room, go make myself a sandwich? I'm pretty hungry.
No, we can decide with you here. There's nothing against that.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
it.
So yeah, I don't know what I'm building. I think these two have decided.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
I will be on Tigum,
I give them yes, that's right.
Sidisi's hand.
I am building, excuse me, I am building Sabira Coldzidi you know that one. Caravaner. Oh my God. I don't have to say it to build it.
It's true. Subira.
Sabira. That's it.
Do Namada. Yeah, Namada's good.
See, Namada seems too easy though.
Yeah, I mean, I think you start out by adding every single card that contains the word Saproling, and then a pile of like 15 big green ramp spells.
Yeah.
And 40 lands.
Well, I'm wondering like what other cool tech you can get away with in this deck. Like, do you run Populate? Do you run Proliferate? Like, you probably definitely run Sky Shaper.
Why would you run
Yeah,
Proliferate?
Sky Shaper. I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Proliferate? So you can
Yeah.
jack up the spore counters on the Thalids. You think I'm not running Thalid? Thalid Devourer?
You do you, man.
Oh.
Yeah, but anybody watching right now, this is not actually the official stream yet. We just thought we'd do a little pre-game, pre-stream, stream. This is basically we're streaming our pre-show. This is usually what happens during the pre-show. Sit around, look at cards, eat food.
See, I don't want to give him something completely useless like Portal Mage. But I also want it to be like I want to see his brain juices flow a little bit. I want to see the challenge.
That's what I was looking at too.
But a lot of the challenging ones he's also been talking about all week, which means he's thought about them a little bit.
He's already prepared.
You catch me at a Ruby Tuesday and I'm a Thalid Devourer myself.
All you can eat
Amazing.
salad, soup and salad.
Soup and salad. Incredible. Kiri Thrix. Thrix is the giant that makes things uncounterable.
Oh
Yes. I can't wait to build Serpent
seems
Tribal
fun.
with him.
Tromokratus also seems fun. I've been a big fan of the big Kraken for a long time. I just like big Krakens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty stoked for Thrix.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. And then Yeheni seems like a lot of fun, but Yeheni, like every time I've looked at Yeheni, I look at it and I look at them and I go, oh, it's gonna be really fun, like for someone else to build. I can't get motivated enough to do it myself.
Yeah.
Like me with Anafenza.
100%.
Oh, wait,
Yep.
I'll wait the 2 or 3 months for Brownie to figure it out, and then I'll just copy the list.
Yep.
Decks without blue. Unlimited breadsticks. Yeah, buddy. Gator, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
I'm 2 for 2 seeing you in streams these last 2 nights. Bill says unlimited breadsticks. Bobby's immediately, I'm in. I don't even know.
Sign me. I don't even know where they're at, but come on.
Who knows what he just signed up for, but he's there. I heard you guys like blue.
Damn. Them's blue cards.
I had I placed an order recently for a bunch of cards I needed to finish, Gorks and Knight of Dusk's Shadow.
Mhm.
And as I was placing that order, Blake was building what's his face? Melik.
Yeah.
And he pulled the last Serum Visions, the last Ponder, and the last Desperate Ritual out of our box. So I just tossed a bunch of those into the order. No old border Ponders? Yeah. Like, I don't even like Ponder that much. I just sort of like resign myself to running it because I recognize that it's powerful, but it's boring.
Super boring. I'm
So
with you.
I don't fancy up my Ponders.
Mm-mm.
V-Fine also likes Gorks. I love Gorks so much. I'm so enthusiastic about Gorks.
Just as cards go, I actually prefer Preordain to Ponder. I like me a Preordain.
Preordain's pretty good, yeah.
As far as like those single blue mana do shenanigans cards go, I mean, beyond Brainstorm, Opt, and Consider, I don't really like any of them. They're all too confusing. They all do two similar things. Like they're all like scry then draw, or draw then scry, or look at the top
Surveil.
3 and decide if you like them or not. You may shuffle, draw
Yeah.
what is this like?
Put it back on
Brainstorm is
top,
nice and
or shuffle.
Brainstorm
or...
is nice and clean. Draw 3, put 2 back, and then Opt and Consider is so easy. You opt one, you opt one. Jesus, you scry one, you draw a cut. Easy.
This episode needs a trigger warning. We're upsetting our patrons.
No.
Look. Already?
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
Bobby, I'll be real with you. It's not that they're bad cards. It's that I'm too dumb to play them. If you've been following, it is a skill issue. If you've been following my building throughout the last 2 weeks, it's been like aggro deck after aggro deck after aggro deck.
Tis true.
It's like, hey guys, look at this new flavor of aggro that I brewed up in the last 2 days.
Nobody talks about the PDH pod like that on my watch. Get him. Aggro is the way. Yeah, I'm really pleased to see Graceblade Artisan getting some love, but it's no Rabid Wombat.
Might have a point there.
Yeah, see, you might have a point, but the difference is Graceblade has Magali art on it, and Wombat looks like it was drawn by a 3-year-old. So
Sure. I legitimately love the art on Rabid Wombat.
I know you do. That's why I went there.
The first time we played it once, I think the first time I played it with the pals, I think we gave it to, I think Eric was piloting it, and it was something like 18 hours into the 24-hour stream, and we were all just like losing our minds. John
Brownie,
was,
what's up, Brownie?
Hey Brownie. John was gone. John had just left. He was elsewhere, sleeping in his bed at home, and Jeremy was in the driver's seat of the whole streaming thing, and he figured out how to replace, like, at the time we still did this thing on the PAL stream. They did this thing where they would put like a little thumbnail of the commander's art in a little box right next to the person's name on the screen. And so while Jeremy was putting this Rabid Wombat in this little box, he was like, "Oh, I can just change the size of this." And so as Eric was introducing the deck and talking about it, Eric was like, "Watch this. Watch what happens. I put an aura on it, and it gets bigger. and then it gets bigger and it gets bigger. And they kept on increasing this until the entire stream was just the art of the rabid wombat. Like, we just left it there for like minutes while chatting about it. And then when we were actually playing the game, when he put the wombat on the field, Jeremy moved the little icon onto the field to cover the wombat. And every time he got an aura, it got bigger. So eventually the wombat art was just Eric's entire field. And it was beautiful. In retelling this story now, I'm sort of realizing that a solid 40% of the comedy of this just came from sleep deprivation.
Oh yeah, that's the best. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times. High quality entertainment. 24 is too many hours of Magic? False. Frog Tongue,
I have
smart. Frog Tongue is in the Wombat deck.
Somehow, after thinking about Tigum for like the better part of a week and where I want to go with this, because I haven't been building at PDH, but I've been kind of looking at like EDH rec, like as I kind of do with legendaries, like where do people take this in EDH and how do I translate that to PDH? And all the strategies, I'm just like, all of the payoffs are rare or higher. Like I can't really translate any of these strategies well into PDH because the payoffs just don't exist.
Sure.
And now I'm sitting here like thinking about it, like, you know, down to the minute. I'm like, this is just reverse Vega. Like, because it's guarantee 3 cards a turn drawn. 1 goes to hand, 2 go to graveyard. So I just stuff it full of all the keywords that matter from the graveyard.
Oh, you're talking about Tigum. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. For a second, I thought we were still talking about Graceblade Artisan. I was like, what does Graceblade Artisan have to do with Vega?
No.
Almost.
No, Tigum.
No.
Tigum.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sitting here like, this is actually just kind of just reverse Vega. Like, instead of casting from, you know, literally anywhere but your hand, I'm like, I want to cast from the graveyard.
Yep. I have a Sultai Soothsayer deck that is similar.
Okay.
Where I just yeet things into the graveyard over and over and over again. Secrets of the Dead downshift. Hi, Sniff.
Sniff alert. Hello.
What is Secrets of the Dead?
I was just getting ready to look that up.
Dark Ascension. Blue card. Whenever you cast a spell from graveyard, draw a card.
Oh. I like mono blue enchantments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. That would be
that
good.
was in the flashback deck. That was in the flashback precon.
Oh, nice.
Back in 2019, 2020, 2019. 2020 was Ikoria. 2019.
Same art as Dark Ascension, but the Dark Ascension version is darker. Looks better.
They put a filter over the whole set.
Yeah.
By Minister of Entertainment, Brownie. I am really enthusiastic about new adventures in Vega. I love adventures. There are still, my Vega deck still has 2 cards that don't trigger Vega, so I could be doing better.
Time to get rid of them.
Yep.
Yeah. It is with great shame that I unfortunately cannot sit and watch. Steph. Okay, that's fair. I do that to your stream sometime.
Yeah.
I remember playing that in Standard back when Burning Vengeance was a playable deck. Spicy. Yeah. I was not playing Standard at the time, but it sounds like fun.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Questing Beast. No, what I want to happen is just the ultimate meme where they just reprint Questing Beast. Didn't like it the first time? That's too bad.
Coming back.
I've never successfully finished reading that card.
No, I got a bookmark in it still.
The pals is rating with a party of 1.
Beautiful.
Welcome back,
Welcome
Sniff.
back, Sniff. Hello. Hello.
9 to 11 is the longest I've ever played EDH. Was drinking beers most of the day. Wisely switched to water last 3 hours. That's smart.
Yeah, that's a hell of a long time.
Wise, Bill. So that's a solid 14 hours. It's good.
Yeah.
I remember opening it at pre-releases blind and went, green is stupid. Yes, good.
I think Questing Beast is about the time when most people said green is stupid.
The 3 pre-releases I've ever actually just won straight up were Guilds of Ravnica, Eldraine, and Theros Beyond Death. Guilds of Ravnica, because with Ravnica you do Boros and that's it.
Right.
But apparently in Eldraine and Theros Beyond Death, Boros is also pretty damn good.
Really? Good to know.
I guess at least my pools, my 2 pools for those 2 back-to-back pre-releases were really good. But literally I did Eldraine Boros, then Theros Boros, and after Theros, people were like, "You better not do that again."
You were cut off from Boros.
And then we had COVID.
Yeah, that did hit right after, huh?
After Theros.
Yep.
Love you too, PDH pals.
See you, pals.
I'm trying to think of the.
Liam should be building a Kiri.
I agree.
No. Akiri's not from Chukira. Sorry. Get a better plane, Akiri. Zendikar sucks. But no, I'm trying to think. When it comes to releases, like I did Theros, but what was the next actual pre-release? Don't tell me Lord of the Rings was the next actual pre-release I did. Hold up. Don't tell me there were 4 years between pre-releases.
It was a while.
Because I opened kits. I remember opening an Ikoria kit to support the store.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I did. I think with every standard set.
Yeah. I every set I bought a kit and I opened it, but
actually sat down and made a deck and played
and played against people face to face.
Right. I did New Capenna. I don't think I did.
Brownie's only ever done 1 pre-release. Brownie, you got to get more pre-releases in. They're honestly, I love PDH a lot, but pre-releases are probably my favorite way to play Magic.
They are a blast. I've done a couple pre-releases, and I will, since we're streaming, and this is the perfectly great time to be honest, I've never actually drafted a Magic set in person.
Huh?
I've done pre-release. I've done sealed. I've never done draft in person.
I love draft.
I've done it online, MTGO, Arena, yada yada yada, Cube or whatever. But
I love drafts. I love sealed decks. For a long time, that was before Commander existed. Sealed decks and drafts were 95% of how I played Magic.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
I wish I had been that way. Yeah.
Casual was 60 card kitchen table casual was a thing, and I had a handful of decks for it, but it kind of suffered from the same thing that EDH suffers from now, where there's no good metric for making sure the power levels are balanced between all the games.
Yep.
I love midnight pre-releases. We used to do this thing where we would do the Friday midnight pre-release, and we'd play Magic until 5 or 6 a.m. And then as we would leave, the diner would be open.
Yeah, perfect timing.
And we would just walk right into the diner and just get pancakes and waffles and syrup and lots of coffee. And that was living the dream.
Yeah,
I love midnight pre-releases.
That's good times. That is good times.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have determined that the last 2 pre-releases I did that were single player, by myself, were Lord of the Rings and then Theros Beyond Death.
Oh, there's some time in between.
All the other pre-releases I've done between then: Zendikar, Kaldheim, Strixhaven, AFR, both Innistrads, not Capenna because I judged that, not United or One because I judged those. Both of the Commander Legends, all of those I did a two-headed giant draft, two-headed giant pre-release.
Yeah.
So like I was participating, but like with some, but like
Right.
the last 3 pre-releases I've done by myself, I was on Boros.
Beautiful.
I'm sensing a trend here. Did you
Love to see
force
it.
Boros, or were you just like handed good Boros cards?
I mean, for Lord of the Rings, I was handed 2 Shadowfax both times, so
Seems good. Seems
Double
good.
Shadowfax will accomplish things.
Yeah.
And then
I can't imagine attacking with
Eldraine.
2 or more Shadowfax.
Oh, the
You
legendary.
can't-
So good luck.
you can't attack
Yeah,
with
that's
the
right.
one.
Damn. Got all hyped up.
But the opponent's face when they killed the first one.
But wait,
same
there's
look.
more.
Same look I got with 3 of the Tajiks in Guilds of Ravnica.
Triple Tajik, yeah, that's good.
I had the promo, a foil I opened, and a regular I opened, and literally every time, I'd play one, and then they'd kill it or they'd tribunal it, and I'd play the second one. They're like, "How many do you have?"
Too
but
damn.
no, Eldraine, I had the Archon and the Giant that wiped the board on an adventure, and Bone Crusher Giant, the red giant that saw a lot of standard play.
Yeah.
Those are my big bomb rails. And then Theros, I had Heliod and Porphyros and Erebos, and just ran Boros aggro with 3 gods.
Seems good.
And it was just like that one I probably forced it a bit, but I was like, come on, like you just gotta run it. Like
Gator, this is not so much a spontaneous. So Wednesday nights usually are the time when we all get together to record the episode. But we wanted to do another. We're calling these the Patreon only episodes, even though this live stream is open to everyone. Obviously, we're doing the Patreon only thing. So we're doing the live Twitch. We're gonna be here. We're gonna live build some decks for you once we get started from the new Commander Masters set downshifts, and then the VOD will be available for a while, and then I think we're gonna put the YouTube video. Like it'll eventually find its way up onto YouTube for everyone, but for a little while, it's gonna be Patreon only.
Yep. And currently, like at this moment, this is kind of what we do. Like our patrons, we put up a pre-show for them every week, and basically we're streaming like what we would normally do in a pre-show recording, just like talk about decks and scroll through cards and catch up. So
yeah. This is how our standard
Wednesday
recordings
nights go. Yeah.
we all meet on Discord at like 6:30 or 6 or something, and then we just chat about nothing.
Yep.
For an hour.
Well, we chat about nothing for like 15 minutes, and then we're like, wait, should we be recording this? And then we chat for like another hour, and then and then the episode. Yeah, this is just like a little pre-stream stream.
Yeah, there's always that super secret pre-show that is 10 minutes of the exact same stuff we're talking about in the pre-show. But then one of us realizes that we're not recording yet, and we go, wait a second, hold on.
Sometimes it even gets repeated in the pre-show because it was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, Dax is building a Voltron list. Sweet.
Moon's burgers are amazing. I don't know what that means. Moon's over something. Moon's over my hammy after playing some Magic. I have no idea what that means.
I'm hoping we're talking about the same thing.
Denny's meal. Moon's over my hammy.
Oh.
Yeah.
For all of the jokes I make about fist fighting people in the Denny's parking lot, it's honestly actually been like a decade since I was inside a Denny's. Oh, Eggs Benedict. That's amazing. I love Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
It's cool you guys are doing deck builds. Casual or comp? I am definitely going to opt for casual.
Yeah.
Wherever it ends up.
Kinda, yeah. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, generally we lean towards the casual side.
Okay, we are not talking about the same thing. This Moon's over my hammy. I thought they were talking about a Moon's hamburger.
Oh,
so a
no.
Moon's hamburger is this awful concoction. So it's just a regular hamburger, whatever you want to put on it. But instead of buns, it's basically like mozzarella cheese patties.
Cool.
Oh, God.
So instead of mozzarella cheese sticks, it's the same process, but like with a disc of cheese, you put your burger between two of those.
Wow,
I like it.
Good.
I like it too.
I just saw Dues comment in the chat. Got a new deck brewed, cut to 100. Got to scrape together the cards this weekend. Rhymes with Shadowfax. Pokes these guys.
No.
I don't know what that means.
I don't.
Oh, Do is building Shadowfax.
Cool.
Pokes these guys.
You said awful, but then you said that. Yeah. That is the opposite of awful. It sounds pretty outstanding.
It's amazing. It's pretty great.
I don't really eat burgers, but I would eat that. Rhymes with Shadowfax?
Rhymes with Shadowfax, comma, pokes these guys. Shadowfax.
Yeah, I think that the title of the deck is Shadowfax pokes these guys.
No, I think he's saying it's a different commander that just rhymes with Shadowfax.
No, because then he says no rhymes with.
Rhymes with, so it's Shadowfax jokes these guys. No.
Gorix. Shadow Gorix.
Thank you, Bobby. The whole stream was suffering.
Thank you.
I think I'm following along. I don't know what y'all are doing.
Dew has built a new deck with a new downshaft.
Yes.
Tabarax. Hope's Demise. Shadowfax pokes these guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Tabarax. Hope's Demise.
All right.
I was not following along.
Today I learned every single one of us sucks at rhyming games.
We have terrible Riddlers.
Tabarax is the clerics guy?
You could pull any heist over on us.
Funny that you joke about fighting people in Denny's. That used to be a meme of content I used to do years ago. Yeah, I think it's, for me, peak comedy is anytime someone says something that I disagree with, I say fight me in the Denny's park, or I say fight me in the parking lot, and like if they go along with it, like yeah, I'll fight you. Like where, when? I'm always like in the Denny's parking lot at 3 a.m. as is tradition. Like the idea of fist fighting being traditional is endlessly entertaining to me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How many Shadowborn Apostles is too many? 97. You want to get some of those swamps.
A couple of them, yeah.
There's a decent common demon now. The 6/6 guy that hates blockers. Hezro.
Oh.
He's like a frog demon.
Yeah.
Frog demon. Yeah. That guy's thick. Like before that guy, our demon options for the apostle were like really honestly very disappointing. Hezro, yeah, that guy. He's pretty pretty thick.
And he's an adventure.
Dang.
Yeah.
Gives all your creatures sort of flanking.
Yeah, he's the flanking frog.
He's the flanking frog.
I never actually put that together. That's good.
I need to see pics. I cannot post pics, Bobby. This is Twitch.
I'm going to be right back.
Yes. Then we shall start the show.
This is Twitch, so you can do pics. Or is your setup not set up for that?
Oh, I meant in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess I could put it up on the Grizzy. On the screen? Like that? Show up.
Oh, Bobby wants to see the burger. Okay. There's a couple of places around here that do it, but there's one that's just phenomenal.
Oh, so it's like not Moon's is not like a restaurant establishment.
No,
like you can get this
no.
burger
It's
anywhere. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say anywhere, but
like it's not like
it is
a specialty of one particular shop.
No. It might be just a thing in this area. I don't know. I've never really seen it outside of this area.
I struggled with that in mono blue as well. Tried for the life of me to build that stupid mono blue. Crap. When it becomes blocked, you bounce it and put a creature from your hand into play. It was terrible. No one wanted to block.
My partner says we were supposed to put the word space reveal into the title of the stream.
Really?
She says that's how you get viewers.
I will do that.
Can you force blocks in mono B? No, not really.
No. I was telling him I can't remember the name of it. I tried to build that stupid mono blue commander that when it blocks.
If you get their life total low enough.
When you can.
Sorry, what? The mono blue guy that does what?
Sorry, I lost my browser for a second. Whenever it becomes blocked, you can bounce it and put a creature from your hand into play.
Oh, yeah.
Always, it's something weird like Phantasm.
Etherplasm?
Yeah, is that it? Yeah. Terrible. It was terrible.
There you go, Bobby.
Run, infect, that forces blocks? Yeah.
Yeah, Aetherplasm. Horrendous.
Are we about to do Streamception?
Is it live on Twitch? I can't.
There
We're
we
going
go.
to stream the stream?
We are live with Moonburgers.
There you go, Bobby.
It looks fantastic.
Go,
actually.
Oh my god.
The bacon sticking out like a
amazing.
wet, salty tongue.
I'll take 2.
Take 2.
Yeah, right. Do you know what the best part about this is? It's priced like a regular burger. It's like $14.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'd take
It's
that
insane.
burger to dinner before I take it home. Yeah.
How did the stream go? It went great, Discord. Thank you. Now I'm hungry. Needs more cheese. Yeah, I could use a little more cheese. Fine.
I don't think it does. Having had it several times, I don't think it does.
Speaking of Brad being hungry.
Yes.
I'm eating.
What's a pre-show without Alk eating food?
Mm-hmm.
When will you guys do NPC streams?
NPC streams?
I don't know what that is. Yes. I am professional ASMR. NPC streams are the new hotness.
What, do I just sit here doing my normal
So Saturday,
schoolwork?
no Strix. Gator certainly hates Baleful Strix. All right, my friend. I will not play Baleful Strix.
I don't know that I want to Google this, but I'm going to.
Everybody's got that card they hate. For deck.
I don't want a video.
That NPC stream idea sounds awful.
Same phrases over and over again. I could do that with Baldur's Gate.
I ain't got time for to talk to you now.
Oh, okay. So it looks like, you know, you do a stream like you would, but as people send you, you know, the bits or the money or the gifts, whatever, through Twitch, whatever platform you're using,
yeah,
you do the action that's required.
Wait.
It sounds like using your bits in the power stream, but for like real life things. Like you're an NPC, you don't have choice over what's happening. Is the way I'm interpreting it.
If the whole premise of an NPC stream is based on the host's reactions to what happens when we get bits,
become an NPC.
Then
okay,
how do we know this isn't an NPC stream?
What? It's math.
I'm
He's
so
just
lost.
mathing us with English. That's all.
But for some reason, people keep giving people money. Bobby, I don't understand either. I don't.
Hey, Scarecrow. What's up, buddy? Yeah, we're kind of lost too. So I mean, you're not really. You fit right in.
Gator, I don't think the first
430
online game
hours?
you played against Strix was
430
430
hours. Yeah, I would hate that deck too
Yeah.
if it was still going from my childhood.
Was that Yalaran's Strix list?
That's 18 days. I don't think your Strix game was 18 days long.
Tried to win 7 turns in a row, was stopped every time they conceded right before 5 hours.
That sounds like a really good Strix deck.
That does
That is
sound like a good
working
string.
as
Yeah.
intended.
Yep. That is not what mine does, for sure. Mine would be like half optimized. Like I don't have Arcane Denial, but I have Dream Fracture. That kind of thing. It was Yalaran. Yep, that makes sense.
Yalaran is a very skilled player, but I can respect not wanting to stare down the Strix again.
Oh, sure.
All right, I'm gonna put a pause on the mukbang. Finish that food later. You guys want to record some content?
I think
Some
we
decks?
should.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I think we absolutely should. Did about an hour pre-show as usual.
All right.
Let me. There we go. No, I cannot. I cannot see Yalaran conceding. You have to beat him into the ground. I feel like.
Yeah.
0 or nothing.
You gotta earn the victories against Yalaran.
Yep, I can totally see that. Cool. Yeah, we can start a proper show here if y'all want to.
Let's do it. Where's the show notes?
In the episode channel, there's a link to them. I had to scroll up to find it.
There are actually show notes? Sorry, I thought I was kidding.
No, there are. They're kind of empty.
There were show notes that were made, but nobody ever typed in them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I put in the
All right.
housekeeping stuff and my deck list for today. That is it.
Dope. Oh, I found it. Okay, cool. Yeah,
I will copy my deck list in there.
So this is how this is very candid, like how the recording goes experience. After an hour of pre-show, one of us goes, maybe we should start the actual show, and then someone else goes, wait a second, I haven't looked at the show notes at all. I'm not prepared for this.
Let me type some stuff up
Give me
real quick.
Give me another 15 minutes. This is the quintessential PDH pod experience.
I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like when we first started doing pre-shows, it was like 20 minutes, 18 minutes, 35 minutes. But we were much more prepared. Like we would show up and the show notes we were filled out. And we're like, I guess we're just done talking. Let's go to the show. And then yeah, as it went along, it was just like you said.
Oh,
Play
who wants the music?
I might have to completely import that into OBS. See if I can do that real quick. I bet I can do it.
All right. Well, while Brad does that,
as an audio source.
Oh, okay. That's real quick.
No, go for it. It's gonna take me a second.
Okay. This week in Magic, there's nothing. We have an off week. Yay!
Amazing.
That's actually not true. There was a huge panel at Barcelona about like upcoming stuff. They talked a little bit about Eldraine. They did more Doctor Who spoilers. They showed off some art for Ixalan. That's about it. This coming weekend at Gen Con at 3 p.m. Eastern, there is another panel where they are discussing Magic's 30th birthday. Because if you don't know, this weekend is Magic's 30th birthday. I think it's either Friday or Saturday, like the actual date. This weekend is
Magic started at Gen Con.
Yeah, and so I think it is Saturday, but it might be Friday. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. But having a big like celebration panel of like, we're going to talk about the past 30 years, and then we're going to talk about the next 3 years. So if you're familiar with the past couple of years, ever since Eldraine, they've been kind of doing, the next year the next year in view, and maybe like a couple of other things, like how we knew about the Lord of the Rings set all the way back in 2021. They're doing that again, but instead of a year to a year and a half, they're going 3 years into the future. Like, they're showing us a lot. It is expected that we're going to have like the next 3 standards rotations worth of information about like planes we're going to. No specific art or card designs. Like where they're planning on taking us with the story. The Universes Beyond stuff, we're going to get more details about like Final Fantasy and Assassin's Creed is what's expected. We're going to get information about the upcoming holiday release for Lord of the Rings. Probably more Eldraine and Ixalan stuff, like actual previews for those two. And this is all just speculation, but this is what I imagine is going to be happening at this panel.
Nice. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff revealed over the weekend.
Also, I made a little list. I think this is just my pure speculation. The next 3 standard sets. So not Eldraine and Ixalan, but after that, I think in order, the winter set is going to be Amonkhet.
Ooh.
The spring set is going to be Ravnica, and the summer set is going to be Tarkir. I have reasonings for all of those, but
reasonings or conspiracies?
Conspiracies. So in the past couple of years, they've kind of snuck in like little sneak peeks at upcoming sets in the last set. Even so far as going as to like for Time Spiral Remastered, they put like one of the old boarded Time Spiral cards on a list for a standard set that came out before it.
Mm-hmm.
So like people were like pulling it, and it was like a retro boarded card with the Time Spiral Remastered set symbol on it. And they're like, "What the heck is this? Like this card doesn't exist. Why is it on the list?" And you know, but my reasoning for this is if you go take a look at the March the Machine basics, not the full arts, just the regular basics.
Yep.
The Plains is confirmed Eldraine. The Plains artwork was an Eldraine artwork.
Right.
The island is not confirmed to be on any specific plane, but it is very Ixalan-esque.
Sure.
And the other 3, the swamp, the mountain, and the forest, are all very clear what they are. The swamp is clearly Amonkhet, the mountain is clearly Ravnica, the forest is clearly Tarkir. So that's my reasoning is if you go in Wooburg order, you know, the plains we know is Eldraine, because I think Gavin was like tweeting about it or something. Like you can go back to his tweets. The island looks very Ixalan-ish, and that follows the order of both Wooburg and, you know, this order the sets are coming out in. Also, Ravnica, we have been to it every 5 years, every single time we've been. We originally went 2008, and then 2013, and then 2018, which mathematically tells us we should be going there this year.
Right.
But all the Ravnicas, because they were all full blocks, they fell over 2 years. So it was 2008, 2009, 2013, 2014, 2018, 2019. They could reasonably do a single set in 2024 and still be on pattern.
Right.
So I think regardless, even if we don't hit Amonkhet and Tarkir again, I think that Ravnica is a solid hit for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
But Amonkhet has been seeing a lot of random story lately, like War of the Spark, and then it also had like 2 side stories between March the Machines and had relevant Easter eggs and aftermath. So it was like Amonkhet seems oddly in their focus right now for a suspicious lack of nickel bolas.
Your ideas are intriguing. I wish to subscribe to your newsletter, sir. It's good stuff.
How are we gonna spend this whole time doing This Week in Magic without mentioning that everyone's favorite rapper, Post Malone, now owns the One Ring?
I mean, that happened like yesterday.
$2 million.
$2 million.
$2.6 million.
No. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
So I know that everyone has been perpetuating 2.6 million, but that's not true.
Uh-oh.
It's not. After the Instagram posts with Post Malone like went live, some random dude posted 2.6 million was the final amount. Everyone believed him, and then like an hour later, he commented on his own comment saying he made it up. So first of all, 2.6 is not right. It was just confirmed. You can see Star City put out an article. So like everyone was putting out articles yesterday. Star City put those out like 2 hours ago, and it says no, it's sold for 2 million. Here's the proof. So like everyone's been saying 2.6, just regurgitating everyone else.
Right.
And Star City actually has the transactional proof. It was only 2 mil, but still.
Only 2 mil. Okay, cool.
Only 2 mil. Not 2.6.
Fine makes an excellent point. We we need to insert some shills.
All right, let's chill it up.
It is time this week in Magic. It is time for shameless shilling. First and most importantly, Be Fine is rocking a Sanctuary PDH tournament next weekend. That is August 12th.
Mhm.
I assume that there is still plenty of time to sign up and register and be a part of this tournament. It's going to be an online thing over Spell Table. All the matches are going to be coordinated and judged via the Sanctuary CPDH server.
Uh-huh.
So so much time. You should do it. You should join the Sanctuary server. You should, there it is, sanctuary.pdh.com. It's in the chat here. You should go hang out with Bobby, do this tournament. It's going to be a big deal. Second shill. As long as we're talking about August 12th, the other exciting event that is happening on August 12th is that Alcadron,
Hey, wait.
and not Job in the Slowpoke
that's
t-shirt.
You.
That's me. Alcadron is going to be spending the entire night of the 12th starting a 24-hour PDH stream because Alcadron is going to be in North Carolina with the pals. I'm going to be at the pal studio. I'm going to be in their kitchen
At
eating their
the
food,
pal
playing Dead
studio.
Magic. So next, will this tournament keep Alec from judging? It will, a little bit.
It will. It certainly will.
So yeah,
Mizu, what's going on?
Next Thursday, is that the 10th? Thursday the 10th.
Yes.
Pals are going to do the normal stream with me. Saturday the 12th, 24-hour event. We're going to start Saturday night. We're going to go straight through to Sunday night. We don't stop until it's time for Waffle House.
Yep.
And the fist fights. And then the Tuesday, I'm also going to be at the studio streaming with them. So
yep. We missed.
If you want some good,
go ahead.
Get in on the good pals action.
That's right. Check out the pals.
Always judging.
We missed.
While we're talking about August 12th, I will be participating in the Sanctuary PDH tournament, not as a player, but as the judge.
Nice. Yay.
So don't irritate me between now and then.
That's how we keep Alec from judging. We make Liam the judge.
Yeah, so we missed Alcadron last week on the show. We got him this week for the live stream, and then we're gonna miss him next week on the show. But we have a decent replacement, I think. Temporary replacement. A fill-in. It's a good one though.
Yeah, next week, Wednesday night, instead of recording, I'm going to be traveling to North Carolina.
Yep.
How dare you?
How's the live episode going? How is it going? What do you think, Mizu? I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's going pretty well. I think we need to give about 16 seconds for the requested intro music.
Hold on, let me mute you guys. I'm going to unmute it on Twitch.
There we go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the live show. The second patron-only live stream. If you've been here for any length of time for the past hour or so, you've seen my buddy Dave, the Alcadron Vader, on the East Coast. And at the bottom is Liam, also on the East Coast. How is everybody doing this evening? Hanging in there?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. Been a good time. Yeah, so we already
How are you doing?
I am doing okay. I am doing way better for the past 1 hour and 3 minutes. It's been it was one of those days at work, like you ever, everybody has now, but you just have one of those days at work where you just deal with IT people all day and they don't really speak your language or understand the language you're speaking. Not like actual language, but like the words that you're trying to tell them. They think it's something completely different. Like I know that IT people have to get trained and certified and what have you, and they have to go to classes. One of these days I would like to sit in on the class that I'm guessing is named Everyone is Wrong But You. I want to see how that class is taught. I need to know the insider information there. Because that is literally every email. If it's not, you're the one doing it wrong, it is, here, let me explain to you how to do your job. Cool. Thanks.
If I can be fair about it, it's not that we have a class about that. It's that we have a class about all the stupid shit people will say to you.
I could believe that. I can definitely
and
believe that.
all the stupid stuff you will have to do. One of my favorites being when I was in my undergrad degree and getting my information systems degree and working for the college IT department, I would occasionally have to leave the main campus to go address an issue at one of the satellite locations
Mhm.
in downtown Baltimore.
Sure.
Which, if you've never driven through a large city, 2 miles is half an hour.
Right.
So I would have to drive with all the repair equipment through the city, a 30-40 minute drive one way to push a power button that someone had assured me was on.
Someone had assured you it had been pushed.
And so that was when I decided that IT probably wasn't really for me.
Yeah.
I was really good with computers, and I could do anything with computers, but like specifically IT help desk, I would kill somebody.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, these are in-house IT. Is that what you call it when they're part of the company you work for? Like we don't outsource
Yeah,
our
I
IT
mean,
or anything like that. Like they
in-house people don't have that excuse because they have to go up 3 floors. But like,
right, exactly. Yep. But and it's all about a program that they built specifically for my project. So
okay,
I don't really. It's just frustrating. So, but for now, the last hour and 6 minutes, my night has been so much better. Talking some PDH, hanging out with everybody in the chat. I think we need to do a little bit of housekeeping, as usual, for all the people that get to watch this show later on the YouTubes. So, like most people here in the Twitch chat, if you like what we're doing, you want to support the show, just check us out over on Patreon at patreon.com/thepdhpod. We got 2 new patrons to shout out this week. Yo Man Yo from Norway, I believe, and Dax Gaming, who I think is still here in the chat. Thank you both for your support. It is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And Yo Man Yo sent us a pretty cool listener question. I think Liam and I talked about it. We might try to get to it next week on the show on the proper podcast episode. But by being a patron, you get access to the pre-show, which is kind of we sort of just streamed the pre-show tonight, so you have to check that out on YouTube. But usually, it's just a little recorded, like a bonus episode every week that shows up in the Patreon timeline. So check that out. You get access to the show notes. So you can follow along, see what we're talking about, and then you also finally, as a cherry on top, you get access to the PDH Pod Discord, where you can chat with the crew, all the other cool patrons. PDH Pod family, get help with decks, all that cool stuff. And then, if you're already here, you see us on Twitch. We're also PDH Pod on YouTube. And then here on Twitch, I stream Spell Table PDH pretty much every Saturday evening. So keep an eye out for that as well. What are we talking about this evening, Alcadron?
We're going to do...
There's a companion.
There's a cat.
There's a cat.
This is Harley. The original plan was going to be to do live builds for Commander Masters. So typically, last week was the set review, and we're gonna typically follow up the set review with not quite a 3x3, but we're gonna go in depth into what the set's major themes are and what you could expect to draft or seal deck with some of the signposts on commons, and then how you could turn some of those draft or sealed limited decks into a PDH deck with a commander if you wanted. This set doesn't have any new cards for us to discuss.
Right.
There are no overarching mechanical theme. Well, there are overarching mechanical themes, but they're not new themes. They're things that we've already done before. There's nothing really groundbreaking. So we're gonna skip most of that if you draft Commander Masters noise, because I don't think anyone was actually ever drafting this set. It is far too expensive.
Yeah,
we're just gonna do similar kind of thing where we're each gonna pick a commander. We're gonna go in depth into how we're gonna build that commander, and the way that we're gonna go in depth into how we're gonna build that commander is we're going to build the deck for you live on stream.
That's it. Straightforward. No pillars, no structure to the episode. Really, just show you our live thought process.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Dave is yet to have a commander for this episode.
I don't have one picked out. I'm incapable of not building a deck. So if I had known ahead of time, if someone was like, Dave, you should build Tromokratis, a week from now, I'd be like, okay, what if I built it right now though? Like I'd just be thinking about
But
it
what
constantly.
if?
So I have like these two guys have commanders picked out. They're gonna do things. Gorks is absolutely my biggest love of this set. I cannot get enough Gorks.
Sure.
But I've already built Gorks. Like I built Gorks. I spent hours play testing Gorks on Moxfield. I rebuilt it. I designed it. I tweaked it. Like all of those decisions have been made. There's nothing left to live build for you.
Right.
If we fly through the live build and you want to hear me talk about Gorks, I will talk about Gorks all day long. But the main plan for now is these guys are going to surprise me with the name of a commander, which might be Namada or Molimo or Akiri. So lots of really good options have come up so far.
Sure.
And then I'll just start thinking about it right then and build it on stream.
Cool.
And these two guys already have commanders picked out, which they are going to tell you about.
What do you got, Liam?
All right, so I am building Taigum, Sidisi's Hand. For those of you who don't know who Taigum is a 3 blue black 3/4 human wizard. You skip your draw step, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. Then it has an activated ability for black, tap, exile X cards from your graveyard. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fun Dimir pile. I'm pretty excited to see you build a Dimir pile, so that's cool.
I'm intrigued to see where we go with this.
Then finally, I'm going to be wrapping it up with Sabira, Tulzidi, forget it. Sabira. There we go. It's the mono red legendary creature, human shaman for 2 and a red. It's a 2/3 with haste. You can pay 1 into it, and another target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. And then it has another ability for 1 and a red. You tap and discard your entire hand, every single card in your hand, or none, until the end of turn. Whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. So I am pretty excited about this one. I know we've had a few mono red commanders lately that are just sort of stacked or full with card advantage, but this one is super intriguing to me. So seems like a lot of fun. And it's got more, like, it just has a lot of stuff going for it. Like, I'm a big fan of, like, making creatures unblockable, but making, like, weenie creatures unblockable is fun. And then I'm a fan of, like, just drawing cards for no reason. Like, getting paid to do what I was already going to do anyway. Like, I was probably going to send these 2 power creatures into combat as it is. So now that they probably get to live and draw me cards, that's just all the better.
I feel like Subira is like Azra Oddsmaker with extra steps and extra payoffs.
Sure.
And
I can see that.
I'm here for both of those things.
Yeah. And I don't often build mono red. Usually if I'm playing red, it's mixed with 1 or 2 more colors. So should be pretty interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what you come up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's going to start? Is this in the show notes that I haven't read?
We have not decided who's going to start.
We have not decided. No, we have not prepared at all.
All right.
Rock.
All right, I will start.
Who do the listeners want us to start with?
Oh, yeah. Listeners, do you want us to give Dave his mystery commander, or do you want one of us to start? We got nothing.
Nothing. Anyone.
Mystery.
They want the mystery first. All right.
Oh,
all right.
We got 2 votes for mystery.
Oh, I think that nails it.
All right. So, Brad, who are we going to give to Dave?
Let's give mine. Let's give your option, and then the chat can pick between the 2 of them. How about that?
Sounds good.
I would like to hear Dave's stellar opinions on deck building a mono blue deck for Zahid, the Djinn of the Lamp. The 5/6 Djinn.
Okay.
You may pay 3 and a blue and tap an untapped artifact creature you control. Untapped artifact you control, rather than pay the spell's mana cost, and it has flying.
Okay.
What's your option? What do you got?
I hadn't really picked yet, but I was hoping you'd pick someone more interesting than Zahid.
I was trying to go with something that people haven't been like all over lately. Like, yeah, Akiri's cool and all that stuff, but like, yeah.
My only concern with Zahid is that the alternate casting cost, Commander Tax still builds up on it.
Sure.
So it really is only like a 2-mana discount ish. See, there's so many aggro decks that I know Dave could just like run away with.
Yeah, just slam them. Yep.
I want to see Dave build Yahenni.
Oh, okay.
Yahenni's the Aetherborn?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's an interesting commander deck for people to build. So I want to see him build it in PDH.
Yep.
Zahid versus Yahenni.
Yep. Yahenni, the Undying Partisan. 2/2, yep, Aetherborn Vampire with haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Yahenni. Sacrifice another creature, and Yahenni gains indestructible at the end of turn.
Oh, we have Streamception.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, is that my fault?
No.
Because it's your fault. Yep.
There we go. Nope.
I have to stay on the Moxfield thing. Okay, what do we think, chat? Zahid or Yahenni? Yahenni?
Yeah, we
Yahenni
got
times 1,000. Okay.
Oh, we got a times 100
Yahenni,
vote for
but
Yahenni.
no aristocrats.
What?
All right, let's build Yahenni.
Well, so I want to know where the limit is on no aristocrats, because like Voltron Yahenni, good God, because like, see, no, Voltron Yahenni is boring. You just swap it in place of Yoggle and you call it a day. I think no aristocrats is interesting because does that exclude the Fleshbag Marauders?
I mean,
I don't think it should.
No, those are just good removal. For sure.
Those are just edicts.
Yeah. What does Yahenni even do? 3 mana, 2/2 haste, Aetherborn Vampire. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies. Okay, so I'm absolutely running every Fleshbag.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can sacrifice another creature to give them indestructible.
Yep.
Okay, so let's start with each player sacrifice.
And it has haste.
It does have haste.
It does have haste. You can do some silly stuff in one turn if you wanted to.
I got 6 hits for each player sacrifice, so let's just windmill slam all these in here.
Sure.
Abyssal Gatekeeper, Chain Devil, Innocent Blood, Slum Reaper, Fleshbag, Demons. Okay.
All of those seem pretty solid.
Yeah.
If I want to kill lots of creatures, I'm also going to need some of the board wipes. So let's do
Pestilence, Drown in Sorrow, Crypt Rats. That's it. I
guess
if you want the non-elf one.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the non-elf one. We're gonna hit Evankars.
Oh, Justice, yeah.
The non-elf one is Brio Blades something.
No, it's
Eyeblight.
Eyeblight's ending.
Eyeblight
Massacre.
There you go.
Eyeblight Massacre. So Evankars, Eyeblight, Drown.
Yeah, Mizu, I definitely think this could be a Pestilence win-con type deck. If you wanted it to be. It'd be easy enough to do.
Crypt Rats.
Oh god, because Yahenni survives Pestilence. Ugh.
Right.
Yahenni survives everything.
Now, is this the type of deck that, I mean, granted, you know, you might have Pestilence on board or whatever, but is this the type of deck where you want to keep your Crypt Rats around as well? Does it just keep wiping? Because you can theoretically lose Pestilence at some point.
So the
question, not in this deck. If you lose Pestilence in this deck, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, with Yahenni on board, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Every time I play
right?
Crypt Rats, I'm always tempted to do a Grave Flicker or do, you know, something silly with them.
Sure.
But it's not. It's hardly ever called for.
Let's see if I missed anything in the board wipe category. We'll search for each creature.
We just got Drown in Sorrow too.
Yeah, I think I put Drown in Sorrow. Okay. Yeah, Drown in Sorrow's out. Each creature damage or
Arms of Hadar. Did you get that one?
Minus. That's the one I'm missing.
There we go. Arms, baby.
There's also Cower in Fear if you just want to play objectively bad cards.
Yeah, you could do Nausea. Yeah, sure.
What is happening?
Festo gloom.
That's a clue.
Mephitic vapors.
Mephitic
All the
Dry
minus
vapors.
ones.
Oh, gangrenous zombies.
Oh yeah, there you go.
What does that do?
Dry spell. I don't think I need dry spell.
Deals 1 damage to each creature and each player who controls Snow Swamp. Deals 2.
Yep.
Why?
Don't think I need rancid or.
Because Ice Age.
Ooh, we definitely need a Trailblazer's Torch.
Oh yeah.
Wail of the Nim. That seems unnecessary.
I enjoy
Do we
it.
want?
I enjoy
Do we want the
Whale.
ring tempting? To play the Black Breath.
I don't think I need ring tempting. I do want. So this is the other murder, and the other thing is arms. Arms of Hida. Sure. This is how we're gonna murder all the things. That's how we're gonna get lots of Yeheni triggers.
There
We
you
have
go.
a torch. Let's just toss in the other exciting guys. What do we got? Vicious, Battle Rager, Underdark, Explorer, and then let's do Thorn
Sure.
of the Black Rose.
About the Throne Guard. Are you interested in that big beater?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see where I get with these
Yeah,
guys.
that's fair.
Let's toss in a
Touch of
Howling
Moonglove,
Golem.
Sea Brownie. That's where I was at. Yeah. Touch of
March of
Moonglove.
Geodron. Yeah. So once I get these, the standard issue, I heart
Package.
sniff.
Okay, if we're doing Touch of Moonglove, you have to do Tainted Strike.
Have to use a really strong word for Tainted Strike.
You're right, you must.
So here's what I'm thinking. If
Okay.
I have 6 flesh bags and gangrenous zombies and crypt rats, I think I want all of the stuff that looks like
recursion. All of the recursion.
Yeah, I want to respond to a fleshbag ETB trigger with return to action.
Yep.
And just get a second fleshbag trigger.
Sure.
I want to return to action the crypt rats.
Sure. Why not?
I think
That's what
if
I'm
we're
talking
if
about.
we're just gonna go miserable, no fun
Return-
allowed.
Specifically, Return to Action's lifelink on the Crypt Rats.
Yeah, that's why I pulled up that one first. So
Yeah.
let's do return that. No, return it. Is this going to bring me all of them? Ashnod sucks. Why do you put the thing in your hand? Useless.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we're going to do endurance. We're going to do gifts. Fake your own death. Feign death. Stop.
Fake your own
death.
death.
Mage mark is not great. Reckoner
Does
rate
Fake
is
have the
fine.
casualty on it?
No, it does not.
No? Garbage
Nope.
could.
Yep. You return to the battlefield tapped, and you create a treasure token, and it gets +2/+0.
6. Okay, so we're going to do this. And then, so the other thing that these are going to help me get just a gross amount of value out of these ETB sacrifice, out of my flashbags.
Sure.
These are going to go nuts with the flashbags.
Sure.
But they're also going to let me do what other powerful black ETB creatures do I want in a deck that's full of all these cards? So we'll do type creature because I also want to be sacrificing things to Yeheni.
Oh, for sure.
Enters the bat or dies. Let's see what.
Are you interested in card draw ETB like Phyrexian Rager, Dusklegion Zealot, that sort of thing?
Yes, I definitely want to find those guys. Arrogant Outlaw seems too cute. Smoke Shaper seems redundant. Beholder can mark some enchantments. Give my guys Menace.
Sure.
I don't know if I want to spend 6
hit it with
that.
a Grey Flicker. Sure.
I really like Blade Juggler.
I have always been a fan of Blade Juggler. Always. I like it.
ETB make a treasure? No, I don't need treasures. Some life drain.
You do Boot Napper and put a Death Touch or Lifelink counter on your rats or your gangrenous zombies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's. Food Nipper seems good. Boneclad Necromancer, exile a creature from a graveyard.
Sure. 5 mana.
Five is a lot, but yeah, I'll hold off on the Necromancer.
Okay.
I think I can do better. Cadaver Imp. Oh man, there's a lot of these. I'm only at C.
Yeah, there's a ton. Just enters the battlefield. Rarity, common, color, black. There's 257. Well, less than that with multicolors.
My search has entered the battlefield and dies.
Ah, okay.
This is too many.
There's Demon's Disciple, the new downshifted common from Commander Masters. It's a 3 mana.
Yeah,
got that in.
Oh,
that one's already in the deck.
Okay. I pay attention.
Okay, a lot of these are not things I care about. So let's add draw. Let's just
go.
We'll shrink this way down.
Filigree
Familiar.
You got the new bird horror from Lord of the Rings that amasses when it ETBs.
Oh yeah, I could get some extra bodies.
Not terrible.
If it wasn't blocking, draw a card. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, we'll draw cards off Guildsworn Prowler doing things.
Brad, you need to hit watch stream so that we can watch Dave on the stream.
Oh yeah, I started sharing my screen. I thought that was already happening.
Yeah, it was, and then we hit the inception point, and
yeah,
I wanted to make sure
Brad
everything was under control.
Brad and I could see it, but the viewers couldn't because of the.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
It's only been 10 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
Scrapwork Rager seems good.
Professionals.
Guy, do I care about Skyscanner? let's do Rune Servitor.
There you go.
Can make sure people draw into more cards so that Yanni gets bigger and bigger.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, if you're on that plane, you could do Clockwork Fox as well.
Bobby is suggesting Mirror Retriever and Friends.
Mirror Retriever.
I guess the combo. I guess the Mirror Retriever and
thanks,
Workshop Assistant and Ashnod's Altar.
Yeah, the
and
combo.
The whole
discounter. I guess I don't know.
Hey,
not necessarily combo. Then why would you want Mirror Retriever? Because that gets an artifact specifically.
I just remember that Falconwrath Noble exists.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Seems
like it'll get things done.
Mm-hmm.
The double strike equipment. Brass knuckles.
Yeah, I was just gonna do a search for all the equipment, see what we came up with here.
Probably Flample and double strike, the usual.
Yeah. You say you already put Trailblazer's torch in there?
Yeah, the torch is already here. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's get some brass knuckle action going on.
Yeah, I think you gotta have some
ceremonial knife.
Nooks.
Yeah. Blood knife. Do it.
Yeah, if you like blood or treasures, whatever. Yeah.
This is my casual coming out. Do the blood knife. It's so okay.
It's so medium.
Do I care about giving her? I don't think I care about giving her them flying. I keep on saying her, but Yahenni is not a her.
Like, don't get me wrong. In casual kitchen table, the blood knife is insane. Outside of that, it's why are you playing this?
Haunted Cloak. There we go.
The cloak.
Gauntlets.
Golem skin?
Yeah, the golem skin. Yeah. You're equipping a bunch of things to Yahenni.
I don't think I'm gonna equip that many things to Yahenni. A lot of these things that I just don't really care that much about.
No.
Sure.
Like, so many of these things are about protecting Yahenni, and I'm like, they are indestructible. Like, what am I protecting them from exactly? I just want to make sure that they have trample because they're huge.
Bounce spell,
yes, because they will be huge.
Yeah, none of these actually protect from a bounce spell though. Whisper Silk does, but I don't put Whisper Silk in decks. It's such a feels bad. I never want to be responsible for that.
Right.
Did I get all the trample kids? Did I get both of the trample kids? Sure.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay, how else am I going to give them death touch?
Hmm.
Who are you giving death touch?
Yeheni.
Just
Well, I guess if they're
Why?
like almost never going to trample, then that probably doesn't super. How am I going to give them evasion? Am I just
flying?
going to kill all of the creatures all the time and just not care about blockers?
Probably.
All the creatures, all the time.
I guess if that's the case, you're gonna want just straight up recursion spells as well, beyond the return to action cards.
Oh yeah, let's do Dread Return.
Yeah, that's a good
Dread
one.
Return
Playing,
would be
if
real
you
good.
see, I don't know because the board's gonna be pretty clear. Like, I mean, obviously your opponent's board's gonna be clear, but like your board's gonna have Yeheni on it and maybe a couple of other permanents. Because if you're pestilencing or just straight up flesh bagging all the time, you're not really going to develop much of a board state. So I don't really know how good Gary is. Like,
Oh, I didn't say Gary. I said Dread Return.
well, I know what you said, but I'm just if you're running a lot of these return to action or recursion spells, Gary seems good, but when your devotion is perpetually 3, I'm not sure how good that is.
Yeah, I'm not fussed about Gary. Let's see where we're at with the deck right now. Let me take a look. We'll back. That's not a lot of equipment.
Mizu,
should
I
just start adding
also like
bone
leather
splitters.
armor. I think leather armor is getting a bad rap from a lot of people.
So we got an equipment category
What's
over
getting a bad rap?
here.
Leather armor.
I like it. I used to play it a lot in 60 card Pauper too. It's a decent card.
I think it's a good card for our format because we're never going to get the likes of Swiftfoot Boots or Lightning Greaves. Like those are just too powerful. Haste and protection, never.
Sure.
I could see in the future some random equipment just being just hexproof or just shroud. Like I could see that being a common.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how fun those designs are, so I don't know that they'll ever happen.
Right.
But like ward is relevant in early game. Like anything that has ward, the first 3 to 5 turns, like in casual, I'm just not interested in dealing with it.
Okay.
After turn 5, I'll absolutely pay the ward cost. But those first 5 turns, my mana is so tight in a lot of my decks.
Oh yeah, it's totally devoted elsewhere.
Mainly because I'm aggro.
Right.
That for me, leather armor is a really good card. But that's probably because I'm an aggro player.
Well, and it's free real estate when it comes to equipment synergies, artifact synergies, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where are we at here, Dave? What do you got going on here?
I'm back to the deck list, which is at 43, and I'm looking at how I can like organize this to see what I'm missing. Okay. Voltron category is not huge yet. We just have these 4 equipments and then the boot nipper.
Are you trying to go natural, like voluntary? I don't know what word to say, but are you trying to do Voltron like of your own, or are you trying to make your opponent's creatures Voltron your commander? Or both, I guess.
Both. I mean, I think that Yeheni is going to just get big all by themselves. So I want equipment that's going to help them like get through.
Okay.
So like things like Vorak battle horns and brass knuckles.
Oh, Vorak battle horns are so good. So good.
On a big Yeheni is just going to game over.
Mm-hmm. I thought there was a. Let me see here.
Okay. So there's all that. I mean, I feel like I probably should have Whisper Silk in here. If the 2 things I'm worried about are Yeheni getting bounced and Yeheni getting blocked, then yeah, we'll toss in a cloak.
This is one I enjoy playing quite a bit. I think I have it in Mr. Orfeo. It's Haga Constrictor. When it ETBs, you put 2+1/+1 counters on it, and then it also says each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has menace.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else we can do with that.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. It just sort of comes out of nowhere. No one ever expects it, like ever. It's like the green ones that give +1/+1 counter creatures trample, but it's black, obviously.
Yeah.
Pride Malkin and all that.
I'm gonna see if there's any more like that.
Oh, there's Voracious Vampire. When in Voracious Vampire ETBs, target vampire you control gets +1/+1 until the end of turn and gains menace. Until the end of turn.
Voracious Vampire, yeah, sure. Yeah. How about Wedding Invitation?
Oh, snap, bro. Look at that. Lifelink, unblockable. Come on. Come on. Nice.
Dang.
Dang, indeed. Good one.
Voracious Vampire. Menace. Sure, yeah, we'll do Menace. Yeah. I like that this is a body, so
sure.
I can also sacrifice it to just make Yahenni indestructible.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna slide these into the Voltron category because these are how we're gonna get. What's the category for Falconwrath Noble?
Interesting. Bobby said.
No, Mizu? Mizu said no aristocrats?
Ah, there you go. Mizu's category.
Mizu said no aristocrats, but here we are.
Hey, what's up, Wales?
That's the cat. Oh, what? Okay, that's the category.
Yeah, Wings of Hubris is good as well.
Noble. What else is on categories? Voracious Vampire? Yeah, you're Voltron. You're Voltron.
And with I don't know if you're there yet, but with Mono Black Voltron, I'm always interested in things like Essence Harvest.
Oh
The
yeah.
other black one that
Rite
does
of
the same thing.
Consumption?
Yes, yeah. I don't know if you're interested in something like that. I like
Yeah,
to
we'll
do
do
those
that.
as like I'm going to kill you for 30 with this spell. Like I don't know if
yeah. No,
I don't know if Yahenni's going to get up that powerful, but seems
yeah,
alright.
absolutely. We should be on Rite of Consumption and Essence Harvest.
Okay, groovy.
These feel like they go here. They're not aristocrats, but they're definitely part of the Falconwrath Noble plan.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, we're at 49. Let me before I round out what the deck is wanting to do, let's square up the mana base.
Okay.
Let's do.
How many vampires do you have? Do you know?
Not many.
Okay.
So the first question I'm asking myself is, do I want the fetch land package? And I think that probably I don't.
I would probably not. I mean, you can make an argument either way, honestly.
Yeah.
It might slow you down.
Yeah, it absolutely will. It's fetch lands in a monocolor deck. The trade-off of the fetch lands is they will absolutely slow you down, and the benefit you get from that is a little bit of deck thinning. And if you get Scaretiller online, you get really effective, powerful ramp on turns like 5, 6, 7.
Right. Yep.
And I'm not sure that I need that. Don't tell Sniff. But I might pass on the
He left already.
on the whole fetch land package.
He won't watch this.
So let's do a couple of the cycling lands because I don't think I want to be on gates either.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that actually.
So let's do. I do want the Crystal Grotto. I don't think I want the desert.
You don't want any cycling lands?
I don't want that many cycling lands. I usually go with like 2.
Yeah, same
and the
here.
desert is the third best.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I look back at some of my old deck lists and I see like 4 cycling lands and, you know, all the tap lands. And I'm like, wow, past lane was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to rock the Polluted Mire.
It's pretty bad looking at some of those lists. like the ones labeled like April 2018. I'm like,
yeah,
sorry. Those are pretty bad.
Yep.
Get a swamp. I think we definitely want the Dross Pits and the dig site.
Dig site for sure. Draw spits, sure.
Dig site. Crystal Grotto.
Yeah, Crystal Grotto's in here. Yeah.
Dang straight it is.
Witch's
Oh
Cottage.
yeah, we'll grab a Witch's Cottage, round that whole
Oh,
thing
heck
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get the Witch's Cottage, then how are we gonna get the Witch's Cottage into our hand?
Troll.
like
The troll. You gotta go the troll.
I love swamp cycling a troll for Witch's Cottage and then playing Witch's Cottage and just putting the troll back on top.
Yeah, right?
Like that feels so good.
It does feel good.
You can give you a Henny Menace.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Heck yeah.
I don't think I need the other swamp cyclers.
No, I think those two are just fine.
you don't do anything with incubate.
And the other
How
one
many-
regenerates or something.
Rocks do we want?
What's up, Pie Shop? Welcome to the chat.
Scarecrow, we call
Scarecrow.
those the spheres. The Phyrexian Sacklands, the spheres.
Yeah, the spheres.
Oh yeah, the spheres.
They've got a subtype. You gotta use it. I like the spheres. I like the spheres a lot. Like even as just a tapped basic, like the option to cycle them away later is nice.
Sure.
What's
A
funny
lot
is
of
I think I cycle them away in goldfishing way more often than I ever do like in actual play.
Same here. Same here. Yep. I almost always
Liam
have
is
them in hand
watching,
the first
so
couple
we're
I don't
gonna
know
turns.
add
what it
charcoal
is, but
diamond.
like the Moxfield Shuffler is so bad.
Chalice.
And
Chalice is good in mono colors, especially mono black, I've found.
Yeah, we can do Chalice.
A few if you want to rebuy Evan Carr will pump a ton into Pestilence.
Do I want an
Pestilence,
Infernal
jeez.
Idol?
Yes,
I think I want-
because it's a fun
yeah.
card.
It is a fun card.
Yes.
Lead and Mirror, Sack
And you're
Fodder,
also going to
and
put
black
in
mana.
Bondo's Ornament. Because the more of us that run Bondo's Ornament, the better
The
it is.
better. That's right.
Yeah, Bonder's Ornament's in here
Helps
already.
the
Yeah.
whole table.
Dope.
Dopeness.
I converted my whole play group on that argument.
I can
That whole, like,
almost every time I run
completely-
Pestilence, I run Pristine Talisman. I think that's just habit. I don't know if it actually works out that well, but
that whole like completely illogical argument to convert my play group on Bondo's Ornament. They were like, it's such a bad card, nobody runs it. I'm like, yes, but think about how good it would be if everyone here ran it.
everyone ran
And
it
then
all the
literally
time.
the next week, everyone, EDH decks, just Bondo's Ornament all the way around. And like everyone was drawing so much cards. So everyone was drawing so many cards, and I was like, see, it's good.
See?
And everyone was like, yeah, it's better than I thought it would be. And I was just sitting here like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that argument.
You got him. You got him.
And now whenever we get someone new in town, they're like, why is everyone playing this card? It's all about the
Brownie.
community.
What is Poison Belly Ogre?
Why can I not see Dave?
Poison Belly Ogre is
There
the
it is.
stack. It's like a Suture Priest. But
Yeah, whenever another creature
bad.
comes into play, its controller loses 1 life for 5 mana. 5
Dave,
mana.
did all the light in the room like disappear?
Oh yeah, yeah, sorry. I didn't know you guys were still looking at my face. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
we
you're
were
at the
just
bottom
looking
there.
at
We can see you. Well, we can't see you.
Oh, we can see you on the bottom.
There you go.
There we go.
Gotta be able to see that shirt, dog.
Okay. So we've added mana base.
I'm sitting here
How
trying
many
to
cards we have right
scroll
now?
on your screen like it's not working.
So we've got a robust suite of murdering all of the things.
Sure.
We've got the mana base is 6 rocks, 2 cyclers, 35 lands.
Mhm.
Feels like about where we're at. I got a good draw suite here that are attached to bodies.
Yep.
I got some Voltron elements going on over here. This seems like that'll keep Yahenni in business. We got some game enders here with the Falcon Wrath and the burn spells. Do we add I got 8 slots left that I can play with, and I'm thinking about Knight's Whispers or
Deadly
Corrupt.
Dispute, Corrupt. Oh, Corrupt. That's not a bad
Yeah.
idea. That is not
I
a
think
bad
a
option
mix
at all.
of those, a mix of the draw spells plus just casual kill spells.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of draw spells do I want to be on? Crushing Disappointment? It's
No.
probably not worth the 2 extra mana over Night's Whisper.
I like Foreboding Fruit a lot
Fruit's
because it
good.
gives you a food to
Ooh, I
work
think
with.
you're right.
And I like
Fruit's good in the mono deck.
Point to Discussion is also really good because it gives you a blood token.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's do Mordor Muster. Let's just have another Dusk Legion Zealot in here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
F it.
Pointed Discussion is very good.
And if you're making food or treasures,
I want-
and you've already got a couple artifact creatures that care about leaving the battlefield, I mean, you could do Deadly Dispute.
Yeah.
Good. You don't have to. Good. Sadistic Glee doubles down on your hinnies. Yep. Gaze of Pain. Brownie's digging deep.
Ooh.
Love you, Brownie. Gaze
I don't
of
know where
Pain.
Brownie puts all this knowledge.
Sadistic Glee.
Gaze
'Cause,
of
like-
Pain.
Sadistic Glee is nuts. Yeah, let's do Sadistic Glee. There's another one of those too,
yeah.
like or
I think it's like a 2
Eternal
or 3.
Thirst.
Yeah, 2 or 3 mana one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eternal Thirst.
Gaze of Pain is a
Yeah,
2 mana sorcery from Ice Age. For each creature you control that attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal no damage to defending player this turn. If you do so, instead it instead deals damage equal to its power to any target.
I'm gonna not put that in this deck because I
want to kill
spent
people.
way too long as a 10-year-old staring at this art and being profoundly horrified.
With the split eyelids and forehead. Yeah, it's terrible. It's awesome. Anson Maddox
I
for the win.
have had nightmares about that art for a long time. I'm not putting it in.
Anson.
Thank you for the suggestion. Not doing it.
Yeah,
So
I
these
think
are just
Thirst gives lifelink too, right? So Mizu said. Thirst.
Yeah, Thirst gives lifelink as well. Yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna slide these into the Voltron category. And where did that last? Mordor Muster is a value body. And then okay, got 3 slots left. Let's just do what's standard issue removal. Doomblade, Go for the Throat, and Victim of Night.
Sounds good.
What about Feed the Swarm?
Feed the Swarm.
Any love for
Put
the
that over
Swarm
Victim.
feeding? Yeah, it's probably better
Put
than
Feed
Victim.
over Victim.
Keep the other two and put Swarm in for Victim.
Yeah, that seems correct.
Good call, Wales. I don't know where you went.
I'm gonna slide these into the Murder All of the Things category.
Sure. They like to do that. That's what they're made for.
Murder all the things. Murder all the things. Okay. So where are we at?
I am learning so much about the Moxfield interface watching Dave interact
too. Y'all wait till I get up there. I don't even use dark mode, y'all. It's gonna be
the number of clicks my finger could have been saved this entire time.
Oh, bro, I type it all out. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I did the same thing. I was on a Let's Build with Pauper, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a crash course in how to use Moxfield properly. Still didn't do it, but it was, like any other class I've ever taken. I didn't really pay attention, but I was there. I was present. Yeah, Echoing Decay, Rot Tide is great. First Sphere is great. These are all great options.
Rot Tide Gargantua?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the other sacrifice guy. How did that not end up in this list?
And what about First Sphere? You can sack it on its way out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
A little too much.
I love First Sphere in decks that have really good ways to get into the graveyard. Like, I love paying 3 for First Sphere.
Yep.
I don't like paying 6 for it.
Sure.
So, like,
that's fair.
If my deck isn't going to be doing a lot of self-mill, then I usually...
Totally fair.
Yeah. What's going to come out for Rot Tide? Do I need 8? Or I guess that's 6 rocks and 2 cyclers? But all the rocks do other things as well.
I will figure out how to do that, Mizu, just for you.
I'm staring at this this list. I can't see the chat. You guys have to tell me what's going on in chat.
They were giving out card suggestions. Scarecrow's talking about building E-Sphinx. Mizu wants me to put my browsers in dark mode. Yada yada yada. You know, normal stuff.
And, it'll just be 101 for now. I'll find a cut for Rot Tide later.
Sure.
I am satisfied with this. I'm gonna call this a day. Here's how you know that I'm done with the deck.
How? Done.
Take it off of unlisted. Yeah. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Mm-hmm.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was super quick.
Was it? When did we start?
Less than half an hour.
Yeah, we were at almost 110. Yeah.
Sorry, no, a little over, like 32 minutes.
Yep, just over 30 minutes.
Oh, I have to actually hit the. There we go.
I think y'all might just have to deal with my non-dark mode browser. I think it's just
the 101 card special. That's right, Wales. Despite these guys telling me that it was quick, I felt like I'd been taking up too much time.
No,
so
like
I wanted to...
so you had literally, you know, me and Liam the whole time. You had the whole chat full of card suggestions and people talking. How does that build compare to like your normal build? Is it about the same amount of time? Do you spend longer when you're actually like building one by yourself? Like, because it seemed like that was your same thought process. I just want to know if it kind of like went quicker because you had a group around you, or was it more distracting?
It definitely went quicker because I had all these suggestions flying in, and like they were all great suggestions, and they reminded me of other cards, so I was able to like, instead of having to like very painstakingly craft Scryfall searches and then dig through things, you're all just like sadistically, and I was like, oh yeah, that exists. I remember what that does. Let's go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was much faster than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think other than that, the thought process is largely the process was the same. Like I start with a commander and I'll sort of decide immediately like what's the number one important thing this commander wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll add in every single card that does that. So the flesh bags, the demon disciples, the abyssal gatekeepers, all of that. I'll just put all of that in there right from the start. And then I'll like go back to the deck list and I'll start putting those things in categories. Like this is the murder all of the things category. And I'll look at, you know, like how else am I going to murder things?
Right.
And that'll take us into board wipes. And then I'm going to say, how can I, like, if there's only, you know, 7 of these flashback cards, how am I going to recycle them? How am I going to get extra value out of that?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't add Blood Fountain, so hold on.
Oh.
It's the 102 card special now.
We talked about blood tokens like 3 or 4 times, and no one said,
yeah,
Blood Fountain.
Blood Fountain is going to go in the recycling bit. Do I want other? So like I've got all these instant speed things, and that lets me, you know, cast flashbag, trigger on the stack, cast feign death.
Sure.
Double flashbag trigger. But like at the end of that, flashbag is in the graveyard. Like, do I want other ways to put flashbag back into my hand? Or am I happy with just the Dread Return and the... I think I probably want to just be happy with the Dread Return and the Blood Fountain, because like...
Yeah.
I feel like if this deck has a reputation of being the deck that just flashbags over and over and over and over and over again forever, no one's gonna let me do anything.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna Gator's gonna make his land destruction deck so that he can shut me down and just lock me out of the game.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a mono swamp destruction deck. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll deserve it.
At least you know. You're willing to admit that.
Yeah. I'll leave it at 102 right now.
Sure. Totally fair.
Yeah, and then so yeah, I'll get that, like that main category of like this is what I really want the deck to do. I'll get that flushed out as thoroughly as possible, and then I'll start adding little supporting categories like, you know, once that happens, Yeheni's going to be big, and how am I going to capitalize on Yeheni being big? I need Yeheni to have some kind of evasionish thing, or, you know, protection, trample, some way to get through.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I think
I'll just
think we've done well.
Fill out the pack in the corners with draw effects and ramp and control.
Yeah, draw effects are always like they seem like they'll be straightforward, but they're always weird for me in monocolored decks, especially in mono black, because I always try to like load up on them, and then it sounds really weird. But sometimes I find like I have too many. Like they're not really doing anything for my deck, if that makes sense.
That's fair. I get that. Yeah. In a way, this construction kind of mirrors what I would come up with for pillars for a deck like this if I were doing that. Like start with
If
the main
such
thing the deck is trying to
existed,
do,
yeah,
which is murder a lot of things to get all those Yuheni triggers over and over and over again. And then how am I going to support that? If Yuheni's huge, then I need ways to capitalize on that and like actually get benefits from having done that, and that's the Voltron piece. And then fill in the corners with how am I going to not die with control and how am I going to draw cards.
Yep, pillars 3 and 4.
Yep.
Excellent.
All right.
Liam, you want to take it over? Are you ready? You want me to do it? What do you want?
Oh gosh. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
I got this.
Groovy.
Let me just clear up my tabs real quick.
Okay.
I went ahead and did some like preliminary Scryfall searches.
All right, Mizu. I figured out how to get dark mode on, so everybody should be okay. All right.
All right.
Actually, it's just the app color. The background's not dark. All right, I'll figure it out. Watch that stream. Yeah. Stream within a stream.
Streamception.
We have to go deeper.
Go deeper.
It's getting there. All right. So here's what I've got so far. Taigum, basic island, basic swamp. Pretty straightforward, right?
Sure.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. So we're going to start with my usual, which is just going with the mana base just to start. Get the usual suspects in there. You got Ash Barrens, Crystal Grotto, Cassia's Dig Site, some multicolor decks, so Command Tower. Make sure I got all those in. Yeah, okay. Just getting the usual suspects in, and then, because I can never remember their names, what are the single mana cyclers for blue or black?
Lonely Sandbar and Baron Moore.
Yep.
Lonely Sandbar and Baron Moore. See, this is what we have you here for, Dave. Remembering the cards from before 2015. And then I fill out the rest with a bunch of basics. So get the number up there. We'll just cut one off. All right, 35. All right.
So before we move on from the
from the
land base, I just want to mention that Taigum's going to put a lot of stuff in your graveyard, which makes me feel like Scare Tiller is a slam dunk, which makes me feel like Obscura Storefront and Maestro's Theater are also slam dunks.
Sure, that's fair.
Okay. Obscura is Espa, right? And then Maestros
is Grixis.
Grixis. All right. I can get behind that logic. So we'll take one more off reach. Got that Scare Tiller. All right. So where I want to go with this deck, I like I was saying in the bit of the pre-show, this deck I want to kind of just use Taigum's ability to dump a bunch of stuff in the graveyard and cast things from the graveyard using their natural abilities. So with that, the short list of mechanics that I've come up with of things that cast from the graveyard is Flashback, Disturb, Jumpstart, Encore, Escape, Retrace, Unearth. Is there anything I'm missing?
Trace, Unearth.
I don't think you're missing any keywords, but
right.
Don't sleep on Haunt of the Dead Marshes and Persistent Specimen.
Right.
Haunted Marshes, yeah.
We'll get to those.
Okay.
We'll get there.
The other thing to keep in mind with Taigum is I am eventually going to want to build Sultai Soothsayer. And as you were mentioning, Dave, these two decks will end up very similar because of that. So the way I'm going to deviate that now is when I build Sultai Soothsayer, it is going to be more creature focused, and Taigum is going to be more spell focused. So I'm going to want to focus on the instants and sorceries over the creatures. So more flashback, less unearth. Obviously,
Sure.
if there's like a slam dunk card that I should be including, it'll get included. But I want to focus more on the instants and sorceries. That way, Soothsayer has creatures to deal with. Does that make sense?
In that case, can I recommend that we start with Cryptic Serpent and Murmuring Mystic?
That's where. Yep, I was about to get there.
Sorry.
So the way that I'm building my decks right now is, save for the command zone, all of the Commander Masters cards are just going in sideboards. They will get added to the deck later.
Sure.
When I do deck upgrades. But decks I'm even actively building right now are going to be excluding Commander Masters cards.
Fair.
I dig it.
I dig it.
I'm waiting for Dave to... Okay. So, Cryptic Serpent, Murmuring Mystic. Is there anything else from Commando Masters that we feel like I should be including?
If you're light on creatures, Drown in Sorrow will keep you alive.
Drown in Sorrow. I feel like Dread Return is going to be a slam dunk for this deck as well.
Dread Return is probably good. Yep. Are you looking for anything in particular? Big creatures, beaters, anything like that?
I don't know yet. My plan is to kind of just front in all of the spells, like the flashbacks, the escapes, the retrace, the jump starts,
Sure.
and seeing what holes the deck needs filled.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah, so going through this, Lotleth will be really good for Soothsayer. I don't know about these token cards, not Nightblade and the Bats. I don't know how many tokens the deck is going to be creating. Obviously, with Murmuring Mystic, there will be a few, but
Yeah, there'll be a handful for sure.
I'm just not sure.
Well, you got...
There are a couple.
Are you trying to get a whole bunch of stuff into your graveyard too, right?
Yeah. I'm using Taigum's ability, because Taigum's ability replaces my draw step. So
there is a downshift from Zendikar Rising. Wind Rider Wizard to Human Wizard flying. When you cast an instant, sorcery, or wizard spell, draw a card and discard a card.
Yep.
That doesn't seem
just
terrible.
Put that in the sideboard.
Oh, okay, cool.
Flipping through these, I don't think there's anything else here that's going to be insane. Talking about the spells now.
I like that. I got a Commander. I got Scare Tiller. I got a bunch of lanes.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got to add unearth to this such. So when we do all the big mechanics, that gives us 54 cards to work with. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to really sort these by mechanic, which sucks.
Yeah.
You could do release date, but flashback spin in like 4 sets. All right. So this is where we go through and just kind of start looking at the spells. Artful Dodge, target creature is unblockable this turn. Will probably be pretty good in this deck because when we get to it, we'll have all the graveyard spells, but then we're also going to have ideally creatures that are triggering off some sort of cast ability, and creatures that are caring about all the things in my graveyard. So those creatures being like Cryptic Serpent, going to be nice to have them be unblockable.
Yep.
So Artful Dodge will probably go in.
Lotleth Troll. What do you feel about? How do you feel about that one?
Lotleth Troll.
Am I thinking about that right? Nope, not Lotleth Troll. The one that just got downshifted.
Giant.
There we go. Giant.
That'll probably be better in Soothsayer than it'll be here, because Undergrowth cares about creatures specifically.
Okay.
Cool. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Put one encounter on up to one target zombie you control. I don't know. Flashback before is pretty rough. I'll throw it in for now.
Sure.
All right, Dave. How are you doing that Scryfall in Moxfield.
Teach
Just
us, Dave.
copy
Teach
the
us.
entire Scryfall search.
And Moxfield will show you just what's legal in your deck that you're building, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's
so you
awesome.
don't
like,
have to do the
if
rarity
you,
common.
Yeah, if you notice,
color
Liam,
ID.
when he was looking for lands, he just put type land, and it showed
Yeah.
him just the lands that were legal in his deck.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Okay.
Sick. Moxfield, get at us. Sponsor the
Alright.
show.
So Artful Dodge. I guess Chano's Edict. I guess. I don't know that I really want to pay 7 mana for an Edict.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather
I
have
don't know. I
that
don't
in
want to pay
there
7
than
mana for
you know.
that.
Yeah, no. You don't want to pay 7 mana for it, but you got to. You got to.
If you're okay with the Soothsayer and this having some overlap, I think that
Yeah,
the
there
Encore
will
kids,
be overlap.
I think that there's enough graveyard stuff that creates tokens that
Sure.
combined with the Encore kids, you could do some damage with Mirkwood Bats and Naughty or Night.
Oh, gross.
Okay.
Gross.
Yeah, I'll throw the Encore kids in. Flipping through. Removing a singular target card from a graveyard sounds fine. Killing a creature, that's more like it. Deep Analysis. Defy Gravity, flying is unblockable. Bouncing a permanent for 7 mana. That's like the Chano's Edict.
Well, that's more of a combo piece there.
Dihada's is outstanding.
Yeah.
Dihada's is amazing.
That is a good one.
This is... Why is this here? Dreadtron's in the sideboard. Target player mills 3. Unearth. Escape Artist is unblockable. Unearth. Encore. Unearth. Flashback. Top 4, put one into hand, the rest in the grave. Yeah, sure, not. Escape spell. Man, some of these flashback costs are rough.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The first round of the flashback stuff, they really
were careful. Yeah.
Fruit of Tizerus is game ending.
Yes.
Moan of the Unhallowed is what you want if you're doing tokens.
Okay.
7 is a lot, but 2 bodies is good.
Yeah, for sure.
Repeatable removal's good.
3 damage to target creature or player. You gain 3 life. I feel like a lot of these flashback spells are going to get cut, just because the mana on them is unreasonable.
Yeah, Morgue Theft is one that I liked a long time ago, but it has since been cut from pretty much every deck.
Which one was that? Morgue Theft?
Morgue Theft, yeah. I love Rotten Reunion.
Oh, yes. That'll be pretty good. Secrets to the Key is a pet card.
It makes tokens.
It does make tokens.
It's one of the things I was thinking of when I was telling you to do bats.
Oh, yeah.
I unironically love Trader's Clutch. I've never cast it from my hand, but I love discarding it into the graveyard and then casting it for 2. Oof. It's like delayed madness.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I forgot what deck I just put Trader's Clutch in. Actually, it was for one of our 3x3s, and I don't remember which deck it was, but it ended up being pretty decent. I think it might have ended up getting cut eventually. But actually, Moxfield should probably be able to tell me, huh?
All right, so we'll put the bats in, and we will side the Nightblade.
You guys are talking about learning stuff. I didn't know that you could type in sideboard or side : and just have the cards automatically populate into there. I like when I want to add a card to my sideboard, I just type it in, I add it to the main deck, and then I just manually drag it.
Then I have to
the
go down
sideboard.
there
So
and put it in the
next one
sideboard.
is you do
the maybe. Is that the considering?
Maybe, and that throws it to you considering.
Nice.
Okay, so I put Raider's Clutch in. Oh, the Mouth of Sauron. I think the episode we just did recently.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good.
All right.
He does enough mill that that's a really good plan, I think.
Yeah.
So the thing to remember with Tigum is that when I'm playing it, obviously the best of the three cards, the best of the three cards that is best for my hand will go in the hand. Everything else will go in the graveyard. So kind of like draw sculpting, but also kind of, depending on your outlook and these flashback costs,
Right.
kind of sketchy.
You should. I forgot that he had that removal thing. You should hit that. There's that flashback spell that mills 3. Dream something.
Flashback spell.
Dream Twist.
You got that.
Mills
Dream Twist.
through.
Okay, you good. You got it. You got it. Good. Yeah, target yourself with that.
Oh, Dream. I was thinking black for some reason. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. That is a good one.
And then the next such.
You also got things like Mystical Teachings, Forbidden Alchemy.
Yep. Things that care about casting. Academy Wall. Yes, please. Cruel Witness. The top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Probably.
Yeah,
I
I think the witness is outstanding. I mean, it's also just a really good body.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that that's something that your deck needs.
Aven Windmage, probably.
I like the Wind Mage. I like the there's also an Amass Flyer too. Kind of like if you need just bodies. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but spell. God, that's a good one.
I feel like that falls in the same category as the Wind Mage.
Sure.
Haunting Figment. Same category. Oil Counters. I'm not playing with that.
Homie,
not even
play
a try. All right. There's a whole suite of these things that care about that are 2-mana dorks that tap for blue or colorless that care about instants and sorceries and whatever the set's mechanic was. I don't know how good those are going to be here.
I think they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
Excuse me for 1 minute.
Go for it. Draw a card, then discard a card. Probably not. Prescient Chimera gives a scry. I'll throw it in for now.
I think it's worse than the Cruel Witness, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of
the serpents.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. Shh.
Oh, okay.
I see them.
Sorry.
I see them. No. Yes. More dorks. Probably not. Okay. Back to deck list. Yeah, the serpents are phenomenal here.
They're thick. They're big boys.
All right. Can't be blocked as long as you've cast non-creature, and will get discounted. Is there anything else that falls along these lines that gets discounts? For things in the graveyard.
Not really.
Do I want to include the Necromass? Probably not. I know I'm not focusing on creatures, but there will be creatures in my graveyard. But I don't know that there's going to be a critical mass that will be relevant like there is for the Terror. I think this is better for the Soothsayer deck, whereas Terror is better for this deck. Yeah. So I'll just go back to deck list. Are there any chat suggestions?
Windrider Wizard.
All right, that's in my sideboard.
Okay.
Board wipes. So Drown in Sorrow is in my side. Do I care about Pestilence or Crypt Rats? Probably not. I don't think I care about Pestilence or Crypt Rats. The other thing is if I'm running Nightblade and Bats, I probably want to care about tokens. So what even is the search for that? There's going to be a search for tokens, ETBs or
I
dies.
searched for the word create. You want when things ETB or die?
I don't know.
I don't think there's like the Nightblade and the Bats are the only things that care specifically about tokens. There's a if you think you're gonna be sacrificing a lot of things, there's a nefarious imp that lets you scry when a permanent hits the graveyard. I don't think there's anything else that just generically triggers off token stuff. I might be wrong. I'm gonna do a search for a token, but without the word create. Yeah, no.
Suspicious Shambler looks interesting.
Great 2.
I love the suspicious
Not
Shambler.
bad.
It's just a better Moan of the Unhallowed and so funny. It's just 2 zombies in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Can't get over
Yeah.
the flavor of that guy.
Token graveyard. All right. Blood Fountain's probably slam dunk in here as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Diagraph Horde is always fun. I don't know if it's necessarily good, but I've always had fun with it.
Expendable Lackey. Yes.
I think the Lackey's kind of fun. Lackey's one of those cards that I've been close to putting into a bunch of decks, but I've never actually pulled the trigger.
Right.
I'm looking at Halo Scope, and I know it's bad.
It's super bad. Yeah.
So the thing you got to keep in mind while looking at Halo Scarab is that every card that you pull out of your graveyard by using its effect is one less card you have to use with Tigum.
Well, so
right. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Tigum's ability is something that I'm still like on the fence if I want to use it or not. Like obviously having removal in the command zone is going to be insane, and I should take advantage of that. But it's also an expensive thing to use.
It is.
So
sure.
It is going to be something that I use to deal with the threat, but not necessarily something that I use to kill a dork.
Yeah, it's not going to be the threat just sitting there, but you don't want to have to use it constantly.
Yeah.
I think that in the calculus of things you get to use from your graveyard, like the effect that you get out of doing that has to be powerful enough that you're happy losing that resource to Tigum. And Halo Scarab is, I think, pretty far on the wrong side of that line.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Like if you squint and kind of look sideways, like Tigum's not super far away from what Blood Tithe Harvester is, and that's usually a threat just sitting there. So I could see a world where Tigum just being on the board could be a threat to what you're trying to do.
Right.
Especially if he's on a dedicated mill plan or something like that.
Which means you should definitely be on your Oxtel suit. And dive down.
Dive down, shore up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, shore up's extra good because that lets you kill 2 things with Tigum. That untap is shockingly relevant for shore up.
Yeah. Is there a world like I've literally never played with a card that says skip your draw step. Is there a world where you would want to bounce this to your hand to get your draw step? Do you care about that? Like I know you're on the mill plan, but if you're like, I need to just draw cards, my hand's empty or whatever, like
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I think if that world exists, I just start throwing Tigum in combat.
That's fair.
If they kill him, they do. If they don't, they don't.
That's fair. It is a 4-butt, so that looks good. And being a 4-butt, I mean, you could add in as many of our board wipes as you want, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've seen Whales play a mono black deck before. What do you got, Wales? Got any mono black decks? I want
Alright.
to say that's false. I feel like maybe I watched a stream where he played a mono black deck. I can't remember.
So what are we on? Nook, Stealth Suit, Dive Down, Shore Up. Can I play Shore Up? Isn't Shore Up like an Is It card?
It's straight
No,
up blue.
Shore Up is a mono blue.
Yep.
Okay.
Mizium Skin is
Mizium Skin.
mono blue with an Is It watermark.
Yeah, with a mechanic.
It does
Yeah.
something similar with Overload. That might be what you're thinking of.
Do I want the cloak?
I think so.
Which cloak? Whisper Silk?
The Shroud cloak. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you could always do.
Because I'm not really putting anything on Taigum, and I'm not really targeting Taigum. So if I want Taigum to stick around, Shroud's pretty good.
Shroud.
There's also like
pretty good.
Alexi's cloak and stuff. Like there's actual auras that give Shroud too. Granted, they don't give
True.
unblockable, but
I don't care about that. Taigum's not
Passageway
anything
Seer,
fancy.
Conductor of Cacophony, and Crypt Rat.
Gonti's in the mail. I took apart the first 3 decks listed just the other day. Passageway Seer. That's the one I've seen you play. Okay, cool.
I've played against Whale on Conductor. That was
Was that the one where he tried to oubliette you like 18 turns in a row? Was it that one?
No, the oubliette game was Abdel, and he continued recycling the oubliettes by flickering Abdel.
Oh, it was a Orzhov Abdel. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
no,
what's
the
up?
Conductor of
Hickabee
Cacophony
123.
game was the one where I
when I care about protecting
killed
my
like
graveyard.
6 people with Freedom
That's a good suggestion too. What about the old Disc Crab, the old mirror shell?
Disc Crab, yeah,
Disc Crab.
Hickabee.
Yep.
Hickabee showing up with
just dropping bombs like first time chat. Wow.
Yeah.
What's up?
Welcome.
Thank you.
How many of these Shroud enchantments do I want to be playing? There's like 5 of them.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
I mean, probably not the 4-mana one.
I don't think you need too many. I think you need the Whisper Silk Cloak, Alexi's Cloak, maybe.
Alexi's Cloak is good because it has flash.
It has
I wouldn't
flash.
worry too much about the others.
Yeah, the other one.
This one in.
There's 1-mana one that gives it flying and Shroud, but that's really about it.
Threshold Shroud. And then there's this one that's flash, but if I flash it, I lose it at the end of turn.
Now, there's one I do get a treat out of playing is Diplomatic Immunity. It gives the enchanted creature Shroud, and Diplomatic Immunity has Shroud.
I wish that card had different art.
Yeah.
What's the art?
Oh, it certainly does.
Oh, we can cover that up.
We can alter that out, bruh. Give me a Sharpie.
$33 for the foil.
Of what?
Diplomatic Immunity.
Oh yeah, Mercadian Mask. Get
what
out of here.
What was the suggestions that were coming in while I was looking through this?
Disc Crab.
Yeah, Mirror Shell Crab.
Crab. Oh, you know what? We're playing black. You know what we have to play?
What? Lay it on me. Oubliette.
Gross.
Gross. The hell kind of podcast is this?
Look, I don't target commanders with it. I just target the threat.
All right.
There's Protective Bubble for 4 mana because Shroud and Unblockable.
No.
The aura version of Whisper Silk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd rather just have Whisper Silk.
Yep, I agree.
Once you get past 3 mana, I mean, even 3 mana for Hexproof or Shroud is too much.
Yeah, it does feel pretty bad sometimes.
I'd say Shroud is 2 mana, Hexproof is 3, because I can target it. After that, I'm not running it.
Yeah.
Certain exceptions will get through. Like Whisper Silk is obviously more mana, but it also has the unblockable clause. Now, whether or not I care about unblockable will matter from deck to deck, but it has that clause. It's going to cost more mana.
What's the shit?
I'm running low on slots, and I feel like there's still a lot this deck is missing. Now, granted, I'm not.
Do you care about Mindrak Harpy? Like at the beginning of combat, everybody mills. Yay, everybody mills.
I don't know that I want that.
Okay.
I mean, it does fast forward the game plan.
Here's what I think you need more of.
Uh-oh.
You have a 5-mana commander.
Yes.
Currently,
Rip.
there's nothing in your deck that will get him into play before turn 5.
Well, a cane
And
signature.
Correct.
your whole plan revolves around having him in play during your upkeep.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, okay, you got the signet. I see.
Yeah.
It's three of your commanders. Mana is colorless. I could see some double rocks, some Sisay's ring, something like that. Right? You think? Yes?
Do
No?
you think the
there's a lot
4-mana
of
rocks?
there's a lot of pips throughout the rest of the deck. I don't know about Sisay's ring necessarily, but I would definitely jam
Yeah.
some rocks for sure.
Oh yeah. I feel like the colored rocks in particular.
Yeah.
Star Compass. I like the flexibility of Chalice being both 2 and 4-mana rocks, so that one will get through.
Yeah.
I mean, Chalice. Chalice is good.
Chalice, good.
Ooh,
Bongos.
Nightscape Familiar.
Nightscape Familiar's good. Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Dang.
That guy regenerates.
Cheapens your commander too. Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
you could run Stormscape Familiar as well if you wanted the blue one to make all your black spells cheaper,
Yeah.
as well as the black one to make all your blue spells cheaper.
Do I care about my black spells being cheaper when I am almost double the amount in blue?
41% of all your symbols are black.
Probably.
Worth a shot anyway.
I mean, discounting my commander by 1 will be nice, so
Yeah.
either one will make it through.
The other thing I would look into if you feel like you have enough rocks, and you might not, I don't know.
I don't have enough rocks yet now.
The other thing I think this deck probably wants is cards like Strategic Planning and Discerning Taste.
What do these cards do?
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm
God, I haven't
right
played
now.
Discerning Taste in forever.
I love Discerning
Okay.
Taste. It's got the chef on it.
Yeah.
Asmaranamar Dicadice Tinakuldakar.
Oh shit. Yeah, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put one into your hand. The rest in your graveyard. You gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you put in the graveyard. Cool.
Just another Tagum trigger.
Yeah.
Basically another Tagum trigger. They dig for something you need. They bin the rest, which is where you want it anyway. And the taste I like in kind of slow control decks because of the life gain. You don't always get the life gain out of it.
Sure.
Like sometimes you just hit
You just
nothing but lands and
whiff or
spells. And
whatever.
there's no
Yeah.
creature. But like, it's possible that you hit your Troll of Khazad-dûm, and that's not small.
That is not small at all.
Speaking of, Troll of Khazad-dûm. 6/5 with Hyper Menace. Heck yeah. Do I care about Lorien Revealed?
I would. It's so good nowadays. So good. Just island cycling. You get your Mystic Sanctuary, you get whatever.
More than Lorien Revealed. In this deck, I like Mental Journey. It's 1 more to land cycle it and 1 more to cast it. But it's instant speed. And I feel like in a deck,
that is true. It
this
is
deck
instant
feels
speed,
at least a little reactive with your big pile of instants. So being able to like hold up mana for instants,
that is a good point.
And then draw 3 cards, like that feels like it's worth the extra mana to me.
Yeah, it would.
Alternatively, if you want a different island cycler, I like the octopus. That's sometimes unblockable. Forgot his name.
It's sometimes unblockable. The God Hunter octopus?
No, Tidal Terror.
Tidal Terror.
Tidal Terror.
Yep, island cycling.
Yeah. So in your deck, I like Tidal Terror and Mental Journey much more than I like Lorien Revealed.
Yeah, that's fair. The instant speed really does matter for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, I only really like Lorien Revealed in Gandalf. Like, it's okay in E-Sphinx. but I'm only like in love with it in Gandalf,
Right.
just because
It's just good.
it
Like
doesn't have that sorcery drawback
I think
in
it's
Gandalf.
sneaky good for a lot of decks that can use it or can abuse it. You know, like
Yeah.
you cycle it to get a Mystic Sanctuary, put it in play, put the Lorien Revealed back on top of your library. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge.
Now this is not a Mystic Sanctuary deck, I don't think necessarily, but
No.
It could be.
it could be. Sure, hey, you could definitely make it that way, but
I mean, it's got the islands, and it's gonna have the spells in its graveyard.
yeah, that's for sure. For sure.
All right. Time to tag things because I'm at 99 cards and I'm nowhere near done adding things.
Hmm.
Gosh, all right. What are we tagging first? Can you just
Removal.
Can you just tag things out here, or do you have to create it on a card first?
You have to create on a card. So shift click.
That should appear somewhere over here. Unless it's appearing at the
There it
end
is.
for
Bottom
some
right.
unknown reason. I can.
And then when you drag it, it'll show up on the left-hand side of your screen. If you just click on a card and drag it anywhere.
Yeah, it'll show up on the left hand. All right. Going through. Do I have any creatures for removal? I don't think I have any creatures that are removal based.
No, they all sort of either help your commander or go towards the game plan itself.
Yeah. Coffin Purge.
Now, see, I like
It
this.
says remove on it.
I like this build, where the build's going, because this is, I mean, it's 80 cards, I'm sure, different than like my Baleful Strix deck, but I sort of built it the same way to where the deck itself is sort of the win con. Like you're just sort of grinding people out. You're using your removal, and you're just beating face, basically.
Mm-hmm. I think I need more beaters though.
I like a good Dimir pile.
I'm a little surprised at how distinct this currently looks from my Sivris list, because I have Demir Sivris that is also just very focused on like, I'm expecting a lot of these cards to end up in my graveyard. So how can I use the most? How can I get the most out of them from the graveyard? But like it's got the same,
Sure.
the escape cards. It's got it's got the same crippling fatigue and deep analysis and that sort of thing. But I think my Sivris list runs every single Unearth card.
Mhm.
And then also all of the exile flickers, just because I can cheat with Unearth on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's weird though. Like every time I Sivris the Ghostly Flicker, no one gives it to me.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're all like, "I'll just pay the 3 life," and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Again? Come on, man.
Why don't you want me to have a Ghostly Flicker in my hand? That seems crazy.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
Gonti's in the mail. Pretty stoked to see the Gonti decks that are going to be flying around. I like that. I think you mentioned something way earlier, Dave, about there was some creature you liked, but you're not going to build a deck for it. That's kind of how I am with Gonti. Like, I think Gonti's hella cool creature, but I am not rushing out to build a deck for it.
Yeah. I'm excited for all the Gonti decks that are going to get built. I think it
Yes.
is going to be a really good time.
100%.
Like, I do not need to directly be a part of that.
Nope.
Sniff is building a Gonti deck, so I'm going to get to mess around with that in a week.
Yeah, I think he's pretty excited about it too. He does not ever or rarely ever post deck lists on Twitter, and he's straight up like tagged me and Scarecrow and Pauper and a couple other people with his Gonti list. Like, here you go. What do you
Yeah.
think? I'm like, damn, you never do that. Like, you must be really excited for this card.
Yeah.
What is Dematerialize? How did I miss that one?
Dematerialize is a 4-mana sorcery speed bounce spell that flashes back for 7.
Oh God.
It is the quintessential poster child for they were really, really careful about flashback costs in
Certainly
2002
were.
2003, whenever that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Odyssey, yeah. Woo, man. Hey, the foil's only 50 cents, though. Come on now. Hey, now. Yeah, it's weird. I just don't build a lot of Dimir decks that care about the graveyard.
I build like too many.
Like specifically care. I build a lot of Golgari decks that do, or maybe some Orzhov, but Dimir, for some reason, I don't. I just end up playing like tap out control, and I'm dead. I think that's how my Dimir decks work. And I always
Yeah,
think to myself, too, like, this is an awesome tempo deck. Like, I'm going to, draw a go. I'm going to react instant speed. And it just turns out that, like, every turn, I'm just tapping all my mana. I don't know what I'm doing, I guess. But it's fun.
Yeah, when I built Sivris, I actually dismantled Tormod and Ghost to put it together because I was reusing like 50 of the cards in the Tormod Ghost deck to
Sure.
build Sivris.
Yeah.
Just because like that deck was also already running all the, because Tormod triggers when a card comes out of your graveyard, so it
Right.
had all the flashback and all the unearth. And I was like, I want to build a Sivris deck with all the flashback and all the unearth. Here's half of it.
Yeah,
It's a
let's
good
do it.
start. I have Araumi built as well, which is just Dimir graveyards. Like I have more Dimir graveyard stuff put together than I have Golgari graveyard stuff.
Nice.
Like I've got 1.5 Golgari graveyard decks. And I might scrap Rot Widow pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that I had that deck.
That's kind
But
of how I
every
was,
single game
too.
is the same.
Yeah, I forget what prompted me to build it. Scarecrow and I were talking about that deck on Twitter, and I thought, man, this is like right up my alley. I love Golgari. It seems like a really cool deck. And I did. I built it right away, like within 24 hours. I built it in paper, like within 24 hours of Scarecrow and I talking about it on Twitter. And you're right. I played it 4 times. And I think after the second time, Scarecrow was like, man, be careful. You're going to get bored of that deck. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is awesome. And then like 2 games later, I'm like, I'm done with this deck.
Yeah.
So he was not wrong.
That's about where I'm at with Rot Widow pack as well.
Yeah.
And like
super cool though, but yeah.
My other Golgari graveyard deck is Autumnal Gloom,
Sure.
which is just really like bizarre. Like
Yeah.
the play patterns on that one are just goofy as hell. So like it's really hard to justify keeping around like the I mean ostensibly probably more powerful, but like very linear and predictable version.
Sure. I don't actually
Don't
have
tag Defy Gravity, cut Defy Gravity. You know what you'd have to do. No?
I don't
Okay.
actually have a Golgari graveyard deck for PDH yet, I don't think. I used to build the hell out of them in 60 card Pauper, but I don't think I have one. I have like no, I don't have a dedicated graveyard deck, I guess.
I was really excited to see Kaga get printed because I got for a handful of these decks, I like to have like alternate commanders.
Yeah.
And like Kaga can just slot into the Autumnal Gloom deck perfectly.
Sure.
Like Mizu-san is saying with, like Sivris and Tormod, like those decks were different enough that I wanted to actually like take apart the one and put the other one together.
Yeah.
But like Kaga and Autumnal Gloom are just the exact same deck.
Right.
There's literally no change. You swap it out for Kaga and everything plays exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Forgot who I know I'm gonna get it wrong. I can't remember who had a Kaga deck I played with or played against semi recently. It was really sweet. Like I've played against Kaga probably 3 or 4 times total, and every time it's overperformed my expectations.
I know Bill has a Kaga deck
That must
does
be
work.
it must be due. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
too much due, yeah.
Yep. every time he's
I
played
played
it,
against it a couple times, and
it just
so like
overperforms. Yeah.
the first time I played against it was on Lobert's stream, and he did it was a casual game, and he sort of randomed into this two-headed giant thing,
Uh-huh.
and it was Wales and I on a team against Lobert and Bill on Kaga, and like both Wales and I had like really slow, kind of mediocre draws,
Sure.
and Kaga just came out the gate on a rampage. Like they just every time Wales and I did something, like the two of them were just like, and we have the removal spell for it, so get
Goodbye.
wrecked. And we were like, okay, like I guess we will never establish anything and just get beaten to death savagely. It was brutal.
Yeah. And it sounds silly, but like one of the strongest aspects of Kaga is that 4-butt with Death Touch. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
And like
Nothing.
and Bill's deck is just about finding permanence that he can, mill and then cast onto Kaga.
Yeah.
It just make her huge.
Yep. It's very strong. Stronger than I expected. It was nice. It was nice to see.
Yeah.
I remember when it was spoiled, it was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, but pretty nice. Pretty neat.
I guess that's the one like meaningful difference between the Autumnal Gloom deck and the Kaga deck. Like Autumnal Gloom runs a handful of Voltron pieces
Mhm.
because once it's done being a mill enchantment, it flips into a hexproof trampling tree, and you're
Sure.
just like it's begging to be Voltroned. But because it already tramples, I don't have Rancor in there.
Sure.
I have Bone Splitter instead. But
Oh,
like
of course.
Kaga,
Of course.
right? The idea of a tree wielding an axe is
Hilarious.
endlessly entertaining to me.
Yep.
But yeah, like if I swap that for Kaga, I think I need to switch Bone Splitter for Rancor.
Yeah.
I weirdly think the Signet is useful in this deck because of the pips, but I know it's not.
No, in what I
I
have
like the
found,
Signet.
yeah, in these types
I
of
mean,
Dimir piles, like in Mr. Mouth, Signet's good. In Rilsa, the Signet's very good. Like for some reason, just Dimir piles is where the best decks I've found for Signets, honestly, in my experience.
I like Signet slightly more than I like Star Compass.
Sure, that's fair. I like the
And
theory of Star Compass.
I play Signet a lot more often than I play Felwar Stone because I just don't own many Felwar Stones.
That's fair. That is fair. I do love me a Felwar Stone though. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with Signets unless unless I need the mana faster than they can provide, if that makes sense.
Liam, you can get that pop up by just holding shift and right clicking.
Teacher teaching the teacher. I'm witnessing something special.
Dude, there's so many shortcuts on this website.
You're watching something special here, people.
Do I care? I like all the ones that exile to make a token.
Sure.
Or the one that exiles to return a creature to my hand. I don't know that I like the pupil. It feels weird here.
Pupil seems...
Which one?
Fine.
I like that it has an
Pupil.
ETB as well. And I like that ETB is really good for you.
Yep.
I like the Pupil probably more than I like Eerie Soul Tender.
Really? This one mills 3 when it enters.
I do love milling 3, but like I've been playing around a lot with Eerie Soul Tender, and like the number of times that I've been excited to pay 5 for a Raised Dead is approximately 0. Like I was super excited about that.
Yeah. Got sweet Igor art though. So good. He's good. Igor Kiriluk.
Right.
Oh wait, no, cut Crawl from the cellar. Cut Morgue Theft before you cut Eerie Soul Tender. Morgue Theft doesn't mill you at all.
Yeah, it's just Raised Dead. Sweet
Yeah,
art though.
From the graveyard, Eerie Soul Tender and Morgue Theft are the same.
Yeah.
But before they get in the graveyard, Eerie Soul Tender is really good, and Morgue Theft is really mediocre.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Please finish each deck at 101 cards.
Sounds good. No
I'll try.
problem. No problem.
All right. A lot of things that deal with tokens.
That's why we like
Where we
the
like the
Nightblade.
bats.
I think all of these just kind of incidentally get through. My only concern is Moan of the Unhallowed. Oh no, okay, it makes 2. I thought those rates for making 1 zombie, and I was like, yeah, I'm a little concerned about that.
Oh. Wait, don't mind me. I'm mostly talking to myself.
No, you're good. All of these are fine.
How heavy
7
are you?
mana rocks seems fine.
How heavy are we into the token theme? Do you have Nightblade in there? Didier's Nightblade?
It
It's
will
in the
be.
sideboard right now, but it's going in.
It's in the sideboard. Okay, cool. What's the category? Weird mana? Cool.
It's the Familiars and Scatella.
Yep. Nice.
I think I cut Morbid Hunger. 9 mana for Lightning Helix does not excite me.
Yeah.
That is true.
Even remotely.
6 on the front half and 9 on the back half. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
if you want a Lightning Helix, you can run Spinning Darkness and get it for free.
Pretty much,
yes.
Yep.
Turn target. Oh gosh. Some of these flashback costs make me ill.
I would not be running Grasp of Phantasms.
I told you how happy I am that I am not editing this episode. Just wanted to let you know that.
What about Dematerialize, Dave? You think Dematerialize makes it?
I think that can go. I mean,
are you desperate for removal?
No, I can always add in other removal spells.
Well,
I
and
think
your
that
commander's
your
a removal spell.
commander
so,
is removal.
Yeah.
I think that Dematerialize
Bye-bye.
can peace out.
Well, now you're under 100. That's the opposite of what Wales wanted.
Brad, there's still other things I have to add. Like, I feel like I'm going to want... See, I don't know if 7 mana rocks is fine or not. It feels light.
I will say, though...
For this particular deck.
Let me see. A 5 mana commander that you desperately want to hit on time. Like, I would up your land count to 36. That's been the sweet spot for me anyway. I know you have a lot of like flashback and draw spells and stuff, but
yeah,
for some reason my decks do not function at 35 mana.
Dave, do I need to cut
awesome.
Defy Gravity?
What are you going to give flying? Like, are you even running the first Spirit Gargantua?
Tolarian Terror.
Your troll doesn't. All your beaters are already evasive. Your troll doesn't need flying. Tidal Terror doesn't need flying. Sword Coast Serpent doesn't need flying.
Wait,
Tolarian Terror maybe, but
what is Tidal Terror?
Oh, Tidal Terror is the octopus. The island cycling octopus.
I haven't added that in yet. Should I add that in?
I don't know.
It's unblockable.
If you do, it doesn't need flying.
Yeah. I like the idea of all your creatures having some sort of evasion. That seems very, very cool.
I like natural evasion as well.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll cut
the terror, you got to work for it a little bit, but yeah.
Do I need to cut Artful Dodge?
I would. Yeah, I would.
All right.
Unless you just absolutely think you... No, because you have big beaters that are naturally evasive, so...
So then here's my next question, because we just cut, like, 8 flashback spells.
I think Teachings is solid for this deck. Mystical Teachings.
I'm not a big tutor person. Unless I'm running combo, I'm not going to run tutors.
That's fair. Fair enough. What is Suspicious Shambler?
It's the 2 zombies in a trench coat.
It's the dude from Jumpstart who... Yeah. Do I run anything that has like delve?
I think you probably don't, honestly. Like,
Taigam
I think
or Mizu Taigam is not an X cost ability. It's black and tap, and you exile X cards from your graveyard.
Yep.
His
I
ability
think
doesn't cost X.
because Taigam is going to be exiling cards from your graveyard, and you're just going to be using them from your graveyard.
They are
I
not
think
whales.
Delve is going to create too much competition of resources.
Okay.
Like
Good point.
delving 7 for the Treasure Cruise is like, I mean, everyone talks about Treasure Cruise like it's Ancestral Recall, but like those 7 cards are like a legitimate like
Cost. Yeah.
hurdle,
That could have killed, how many creatures those 7 cards
right?
with your commander. Yep.
Those 7 cards, if you exile them to your commander instead, they kill a cave troll.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly, Mizu. That's -7, -7 that you're
Exactly.
not getting. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Now
You
for
could probably cut Museum Skin.
beaters, I didn't see if you had put it in here. I know you were talking about it earlier. For beaters, evasive beaters. No, it's not evasive. It's just cheap. Cryptic Serpent. Are you interested in that at all?
It's in his
Yes.
sideboard.
It is in the sideboard? Okay, cool. Cool.
I think you could probably cut Mizium Skin. I think that your protection suite is probably oversaturated. And the others are all like better than Mizium Skin.
Yeah.
I think that if you badly want more beaters, aside from the Island Cycling Octopus, there's one I was just thinking of and now it's gone. Striped Riverwinder?
Striped Riverwinder's not bad. It's cheap. Cycles.
It's not
It's not
cheap.
cheap. It's not cheap. I was thinking Gear Seeker Serpent with cycling. Like I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, it cycles. Nice.
I'll throw it in for now, just so I don't forget about it. But yeah, I mean, anything that has hexproof. What's the Megalodon?
Megalodon's
Spined
good.
Megalodon?
Yeah.
I love Spined Megalodon. I refer to her as Smiles.
What do you think about just generic, like exhume, unearth, those sort of spells?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, we're gonna need some of those.
Okay.
Yeah, Dread Return is a powerhouse.
Yep. I think that's in his sideboard.
Yeah.
There's a 5-mana one as well. I can't think of it. What,
Summon
Corset or something?
Undead,
Yeah, that's it.
and then Rise Again are the
Rise
two
Again.
5-mana ones.
Rise Again is the one I was thinking of.
And then there's Stir the Grave. I think is probably too expensive because I think you're gonna want to be reanimating 7-mana targets. And Stir
Yeah.
the Grave for 8 just
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't want to
feel
pay
great.
8 for that at sorcery speed. For sure.
Rise.
So there's Rise
Oh,
Again, Summon Undead. Yeah.
Advanced Stitchwing is really good for you if you want more creatures.
What is?
Advanced
Advanced
Stitchwing.
Stitchwing, the very first card on this list.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Cool.
And if you want to go hard into the beaters plan, Dragon's Shadow and Dragon Wings are pretty gross.
Yeah, those are pretty gross. I just didn't want. I wasn't trying to like push into like Turbo Reanimator or anything, but
No, you're good. Because we cut like 9 flashback cards already, and there's I'm certain more that are going to be cut based on flashback cost alone.
sure.
So there's gonna be 15 open slots. So I'll play around with the deck and see what I like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just know I don't want it to be another blue combo deck.
Yeah, this is just to get like a good starting build, and then it can always be tuned after that.
We talked about persistent specimen earlier, right? Like we want this.
I think so.
Effect.
I think Haunt of the Dead Marches is better for you.
The Dead Marches, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
The Lord of the Rings.
Exactly the same as Persistent Specimen, but it's an elf, and when it enters the battlefield, you scry one.
Okay.
With the drawback that you can only use its reanimation ability if there it is.
Yeah,
you can only use the reanimation ability if you control a legendary creature.
Yep.
Rise Again, we mentioned it. What else did we mention?
Rise Again, Summon Undead is the really good one for you.
Okay. Stir the Grave seems.
I think Stir the Grave is too expensive.
Yeah.
And I think Unearth is too
narrow.
Useless for you personally.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the deck list.
Yeah, Mizu. We're on the same wavelength. We know it's good.
Yep. Yeah, foil Riverwinder is $10. Yeah, it's been that high for a long time too. I don't know if it was just not many of them got pulled or what, but yeah, pricey.
What? That Riverwinder in foil is like $10.
Yeah, ridiculous.
But why?
Exactly. I'm guessing they just didn't open a ton of them. I mean, I thought, how did Hour of Devastation do as a set? Was it widely sold? Was it played a lot?
It was no.
That must be it.
I remember multiple of my LGSs like fire selling those boxes for half cost.
Yeah, foil Riverwinder's $9.88.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just must not have been open very much. Yeah, it's funny when I go to the LGS and they got the whole wall or the whole room of bulk boxes, you can always kind of tell the sets that did well and the sets that didn't, because they'll be like 15 boxes of, M21, but like half of a little bitty box of Baldur's Gate. Yeah, you see all the people that turned in their cards or did drafting and didn't keep the cards, yada yada. Whereas the good cards, no one ever turns back in.
Bulk shelves are the best, Mizu.
Oh, yeah, they're absolutely the best.
I guess people foiling out their living death cycling decks in Modern. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, for sure. Damn Modern.
I know very little about Modern, but there's like sometimes I hear about a deck and I'm like, oh, that is profoundly hilarious, and that makes me a little bit interested in it. Like, some of the PDH pals have a Hidetsugu's Second Right deck.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's a little bit of burn to get someone to either 13 or 10 life, and it runs the weird Gruul duel, like Grove of the Burn Willows.
Yeah.
It taps to gain your opponent life. So like if you missed your mark, you can give them a life back. And then when they're at exactly 10 or exactly 13, you hit them with Hidetsugu's Second Right or Triskaidekaphobia.
Yeah.
And like that's just extremely hilarious to me.
I didn't know you could make a 60 card pals deck, but there it is.
There it is, yeah.
Awesome.
The other Modern deck that's just endlessly amusing to me uses it's the suspend balance card, restore balance maybe.
Counterbalance? No, I think
Not
you're right.
counterbalance.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're
Restore. Right. Yeah, I think it's restore balance. The whole goal of the deck, the deck only has like 8 lands or something, but it runs like 15 border posts.
Sure, of course, naturally.
So the whole like you get one land in your hand, you play the land, and then you swap it for a border post, and then second turn you play another border post. Like you're playing these border posts as if they were your lands, so that like on turn 3 you play your land, you cast Shardless Agent, and Restore Balance is the only card in your deck that costs less
my
than 3.
God. That's
So
disgusting.
you guaranteed to hit this Restore Balance immediately, and you don't have any lands.
Right.
So your opponent sacrifices all of their lands and then discards whatever, and they sacrifice all their creatures. Like,
wow, that's
it's just
crazy.
really funny. Like, it's not top tier,
No,
but
for
it
sure.
is hilarious.
Sounds hilarious. Yeah.
I think I'm at a spot where I'm comfortable enough to call it. Unless there's something that's like blaringly obvious. That's
No, I
missing.
think you chopped through that like a lumberjack. That was nice. It was good to see. He didn't like hold on to
Yeah.
any cards in particular. Like you were like, nope, you gotta go, and then you filled back in. That was good to see. Good to see the process.
Which is strange for me because normally I'm doing like 150 cards and like I don't want to cut these 30 cards. They're my babies.
Yeah, tier
And then half of them
2.5
end
in
up
Modern
going.
is definitely where it's at, Wales. Like I follow Modern like through podcasts and just generic MTG content consumption. So I'm like aware of the tier. Like the One Ring is 48% of the of the meta right now. But yeah, the tier 2 and below are where the fun decks live for sure.
Mizium Skin we said can go, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Mizium Skin is the 8th best of your 8 protection spells, or
Yeah.
7th best of your 7. And I don't think you need 7.
I don't think I need 7 either. I think I can get rid of the cloak.
Which cloak?
The Whisper Silk cloak? Oh,
Sure.
okay. I see.
I
Alexi's
like
cloak.
the unblockable just in case you have to throw that on a creature or your commander or something.
I guess if I have to throw that on a beater, yeah.
Yeah.
Then probably diplomatic immunity.
Yeah. Diplomatic immunity always sounds really cool. It just doesn't play out that way. You're like, oh, I wish this 2-mana was a draw spell, or I wish this was another creature.
Yeah. All right. I have to end the deck at 101, right? So what else are we cutting? Got one more to go.
Got one more to go.
7 beaters sounds like enough. It doesn't sound like too many, but it sounds like kind of right where I want to be. The River Winder will get swapped for the Serpent.
Sure.
I feel like Coffin Purge and Rotten Reunion is probably too much Grave Hate.
Where do you see those?
Coffin Purge is in your interaction section.
Okay. Coffin Purge and what?
Rotten Reunion is exactly the same as Coffin Purge, except it makes a body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's in your tokens pile.
The
Yep,
tokens.
I see it. Okay.
Like I usually try to either run Coffin Purge or Rotten Reunion, and only if I'm expecting to like have to fight through Ghostly Flicker loops.
Right.
Yeah.
If I know I'm fighting through them, then I'll run both. But unless you're gonna like be for sure bringing this into competitive combo metas, then you don't need both. I think.
No, this is going in casual metas.
Yeah, then Coffin Purge seems unnecessary.
So I feel like
I always like your
throughout this
rationale
whole-
for cards, Dave. I always appreciated that about you.
yes.
I'm always just like, cut that card. It sucks. And you're like, here's why it sucks. Like here, I can make that make sense. Where I'm just like, whatever. You like actually give a whole presentation and like logic behind it, not just like examples of why it's bad, but why it doesn't work in your deck, why it works in this package. And I'm just like, no, don't do that card. So, thank you for that.
That was my pleasure.
All right. Lessons learned from this deck. I think the dump everything into my graveyard and cast spells out of it plan is probably not good enough.
Sure.
Because when I had just thought of the plan, I didn't really know the card pool. It seems like the vast majority of the card pool comes from an older time in Magic where they were a lot more conservative with the costs. So the cards in today's Magic are, borderline unplayable.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say borderline, but they are unplayable. So I kind of like where we ended up pivoting the deck into a Turbo Reanimator, where we're still utilizing Taigum's ability to kind of rapidly dig through the deck for beaters that we then reanimate.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that seems like a more interesting line of play.
I agree. I
for
like that.
future
like
iterations of the deck.
I feel like the plan yeet stuff into the graveyard and then use it from the graveyard. I think that can be a very bust plan if you're open to using a lot of unearth and a lot of encore and a lot
that's
of
what I
escape.
That's what
But
I
if
want to
you-
save for Sultai
Right.
Soothsayer.
If you're saving
That
that
way,
for a different deck, then you're kind of stuck with the the flashback and the
7 mana
jumpstart,
instants.
which are all just horrifyingly overcosted.
Yeah,
And
a
like
little
you can
bit.
still do something with it, but I think doing some of that and then some of let me swamp cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm and then hit the summon undead to put it back into play. Like I think that's
Yep.
going to be a more entertaining experience for you and your play group.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Awesome.
Do a little bit of mana rebalancing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think I'm ready to call my deck.
Sweet. Let's do it. Let's move into the last one here. Let's see. We're going on just over 3 hours. So I'll try not to take up too much more of your time here. But here, share my screen. Let's share this screen. Go live. Can you see it? You got my screen? You got my Sabira?
We see your Discord at the moment.
Discord, why is it? It's on my screen.
I think you need to close. You need to close my stream, maybe.
I can see in Discord.
Yeah, and then you need to focus on your stream.
Got it?
No, you should just be able to click on. Yep, that's better. But I can still see your Discord side panel.
How's that possible? This?
Yeah, I can still see your list of Discord servers on the side.
Huh. Wonder why. That's weird.
Is it because for the stream for OBS you're sharing your screen? So far you've just been watching? Oh, now it's gone. I don't know what you did, but it's gone.
Oh, yeah, okay. We full screened it.
Full screened it.
There you go.
Sure. Let me know.
Perfect.
You're still streaming. We've paused this preview to save your resources. Cool. So you can see my Mox field. We're good. Correct?
Well, right
Right now I
I
can see
see
the Discord.
Oh my
we've
God.
paused the preview.
How? Okay. What about now?
No, it's all four
I
of
can
us.
I
It's
can
the
see
three
all
of us
four
in
of
your
us.
yeah, the three of us in your screen. There you go. You're good.
Good?
Good. Nope, go back.
I didn't do anything. Like that. I think there's a delay, so I think I'm reacting to what you're saying. Even though it's...
Leave it alone.
Okay. We're good?
Yeah.
Good.
My computer
I
is not
see
handling this very well. Cool. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. We're going to make this quick. Sabira, mono red, 2/3, gives a whole bunch of weenie creatures unblockable. And if those weenie creatures damage an opponent, you draw cards. Now, I've heard people talk about this commander already. I've talked to Fridge about it. He was interested in doing like a prowess type build. I know Dave and I talked about it in our Discord a little bit. He had some interesting thoughts as always. I think, I'm a huge fan of just giving an entire board of weenies unblockable, and then after that effect has taken place, then buffing them all up. So I think I'm going to build Sabira as just a go as wide as possible goblins deck with anthems, with that's pretty much it. With some threaten effects, maybe, you know, to untap her again. But I definitely want to start out with the creature package. So we're gonna see. We're just gonna open up the goblins and see what we got. Oh, yeah, Discord keeps pausing my screen share because I'm streaming at the same time, so this may be an issue. So ideally, I am looking for goblins that are 2 power or less. And I don't particularly, I mean, if they have a good ETB, that's fine, or if they have a good possible anthem slapped onto them, that's totally fine. But I'm not super concerned about that. You know, things like, you know, I want some 1-drops, obviously, because Sabir is only three mana. So
Mizu says Trumpet Blast Tribal. And
yeah,
Mizu
Trumpet
speaks
Blast
the
Tribal.
truth.
Exactly, 100%.
He also says number one most important is Raid Bombardment.
Raid
and
Bombardment, Impact Trimmers, because I want to do tokens. Yeah.
I think Raid Bombardment and yeah, Impact Tremors is good. The other two I think are critically important on the Trumpet Blast side of things are Orcish Oriflamme and Mightstone. And
yeah, because I
secretly,
like Mightstone because it doesn't give them the buff until they're declared attackers, but ideally I've already spent mana on Subira.
Yep. And Oriflamme works the same way.
Can you still see my
Do you want
screen?
War Drums for Menace? No,
I don't
we have
think they need
the
Menace if they're going to
stream
be
is running.
unblockable.
You say no, Liam?
No, we can't see it.
Yeah. Every time I go to type in my browser, Discord pauses my screen share
Oh,
to save resources. I don't know if that's something I can turn off or what, but
we can see the tiny screen right now on the Twitch. So there's the 4 of us, and then there's
right. There's the 4 screens.
Yeah.
But as soon as I go over to Moxfield to type something, my screen goes away.
Oh,
Isn't that weird?
that's super weird.
It just says we've paused this preview to save your resources.
Oh no.
I don't need my resources saved. I'm mono red, bitches. So anyway.
So Sabira makes things unblockable.
Sabira makes things unblockable. Yes, for 1 mana. So I'm thinking I need a decent amount of mana. I want a lot of tokens. So I'm gonna do things like Dragon Fodder, Rinko's Command.
Bobby has a suggestion.
Okay, I'm listening, Bobby. Let's do
it. Stop sharing Discord via OBS.
Okay.
And just start sharing your web browser instead. So you'll lose our 3 faces, but we'll get to watch you build a deck.
Okay. Let's do it. Browser. Let's do Chrome. Do that. Nope. See, Bobby, you're under the assumption that I know what I'm doing.
Now I got Liam twice.
Yeah, now I do too.
Heck yeah.
Okay. While Brad works on this,
let's do
I
that.
I want to share with everyone the super secret most severe and savage trumpet blast in the entire format.
Okay. I can no longer see you or the stream, but anywho, I want to make tokens. I want to make a lot of them. So we're going to do things like Krinko's Command, Dragon Fodder.
Hordeling Outburst?
Portaling Outburst, thank you.
What are the other ones? Mog War Marshal?
The War Marshal, the Beetleback Chief.
Beetleback is great.
I'm just going to do...
Goblin Instigator?
Yep.
Molten Buff.
Molten Birth is fun.
Oh, yeah. Molten Rebirth, right?
No, just Molten Buff.
Molten Birth. Kuldotha Rebirth. Hello.
Kuldotha Rebirth is gross. There's a new Lord of the Rings one called Rally at the Hornburg.
Mm-hmm.
I bet if you typed into the search bar, if you typed O create and O tokens with an S,
mm-hmm.
I bet a lot of these come up for you.
O create. O token. Yep. Beetleback Chief. Dow. Brood birthing is funny, but I have to have a way to make sure that I pump them up. I got Dragon Father in there. Empty the Warrens?
Maybe.
Possibly. I'll throw that in the sideboard when I get there. Goblin War Party, you're in. Come on.
It's a party.
Yeah, it's an absolute party. Come on. Goblin, no, I don't like that one. Kuldotha Rebirth, we'll put that in there just in case. Molten Rebirth. 2/1, yeah. Or Molten Birth. I don't know why I keep saying Rebirth. Oh, Rally at Hornburg. Create 2/1 human soldier tree. It gains haste till the end of turn. Prowls reinforcements. Swarming goblins. Hello.
I love swarming goblins.
And Thatcher Revolt. I don't see why not. No. I don't like that one. Not
Yeah, you can skip the Thatcher Revolt.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go back to... I'm thinking I want a lot of goblins. Fairly cheap, because I want to be able to activate Sabira pretty regularly. We have things like Battle Scarred Goblins, 2/2. When it ETBs, it deals 1, or when it gets blocked, it deals 1 damage to each creature blocking it. Not going to be, ideally, it's not going to be blocked anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. Now, this is when I looked at the Caterwauling Bogart. It's a 4-mana 2/2, but it says each goblin you control can't. Basically, each goblin you control has menace.
Goblin War Drums on a body.
Yeah, Goblin War Drums on a body, and it's 2 power, so it can be unblockable. So you're in the party. Dark Dweller Oracle, you're in the party. Chimney Rabbler Haste. When it ETBs, create a 1/1 red Phyrexian. Sure. It's a 3/3. It can't get Sabira's ability, but that's fine. Dragon Spell. I think Ember Wild Augur's in. It's a 2/1 for 2. You could sacrifice it to deal 3 damage to any player. Do it on your upkeep. That's fine. Fisher Wizard. When it ETBs, you rummage. Fanatical Firebrand. It's just a good, solid staple. I like Foundry Street Denizen, but it's often not going to be able to be activated, to be unblockable.
No, just you can target it with the thing and then play your creatures.
And then play. See, we had this conversation already. Yep. That's what I like so much about Sabira is you can, in your main phase, you can activate her and then do all your crazy tricks and stuff. Goblin Arsonist, sure. Why not? Goblin Bushwhacker, sure. In.
Bushwhacker's pretty good.
Pretty dope. Goblin Cohort, 2/2 for a single mana, can't attack unless you've played a red spell. Okay. Or a creature spell, sorry. Goblin Chirurgeon, yes. Goblin Champion, yes. Goblin
Champion, really?
Yeah, haste,
No,
exalted. Sure, why not? No?
it's the 0/1 with it. You're never gonna be exalted.
Hmm.
When are you gonna attack with one creature?
On turn
It's
1
just a,
with this in my hand.
Yeah.
All right. Goblin Commando. When ETBs deal 2 damage to target creature, and it's 2 power. It's 5 mana, though.
5 mana is a lot of
That
mana.
is a lot of mana. I like Free Runner, but it's too strong, unfortunately. What about old Vintage Masters boon to the format? Goblin General. When it attacks,
Yeah,
goblin creatures get +1/+1 till the end of turn. Yes, please.
absolutely.
Sign
Goblin
me up.
General is made for this deck. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
100%. Awesome. Not too worried about Provoke, since they're probably going to be unblockable anyways. Instigator, there we go. Bada boom, bada bang. I'm not really all in on 1 or 2 or 4 different specific goblins, so I don't know if I want Goblin Matron.
I think you want Goblin Lookout.
Yes, yeah, Goblin Lookout for sure. Sacrifice a goblin. All goblins get +2/+0. I like that.
Good night, Scarecrow.
Hey, Scarecrow, thanks for hanging out, man.
Oh, you're playing with Chris?
Hell
All right,
yeah.
we'll raid you in a bit.
Yeah, Whales Goblin Lookout. It's right here. 2 mana, 1/2, sack a goblin. All goblins get +2/+0. Have a good night, Scarecrow. Good luck.
I think you should probably be on the Matron. Just
in case.
like the
It's not a bad card at all.
not because you need like a specific goblin to make this function, but just because it's toolboxy. Like
That's
if you're
fair.
low on creatures, it gets the beetle back. If you're staring down removal, it gets the Shurgen. If you want a big buff, it gets the lookout or the general. Like that it gives you that like flexibility. I
Sure.
think is its power.
That's fair.
Oh, Goblin Rock Sled, the most powerful goblin ever printed.
It's a 3 power. Goblin Sledder. You gotta have goblins. Hello. Gotta have Goblin Sledder. Sacrifice a goblin. Target creature gets +1/+1 till the end of turn. Yep. In you go.
There's another goblin that does almost the exact same thing, or it might be exactly the same thing. Mog something,
Mm-hmm.
and I always run that one instead because I hate the art on Goblin Sledder.
Do you? He's
Yeah,
just driving his face down the.
Ron Spencer needs to stop.
He does. He's ungovernable.
Ungovernable. Yeah, that is exactly the right word.
Gutter Snipe. Why not? Just extra value. It's 2 power. Sure. Can always be cut later. Impulsive Pilferer. Hello. Lava Fume.
Keep on having to
Invoker. 8
fight.
mana. Creatures you control get +3/+0. I think I
Hell
want
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
What's the igniter that you were talking about as well, Dave?
Inner Flame Igniter.
Inner Flame.
So good.
So good.
Mog Raider. That's the one you were talking about, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is better art. Just
Oh.
overall, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think your deck wants Mog Bombers.
I was just looking at that one. Mog
I love it.
Conscripts, sure. 1 mana 2/2, no problem. Oh, Mog War Marshal, bada boom, bada bing. Mud Brawler Cohort, bada boom, bada bang. Skin
Double strike.
upgrade.
You gonna slide right past the double striker?
Which one?
The red cap.
Oh, the Raging Red Cap. There we go. Actually thought of that one earlier, and I did just go right past it. I think Skirt
what I'm here
Commando's pretty
for.
good. Because it's going to do damage. And it's could potentially just start gunning down creatures one at a time. What do you think about Drill Sergeant?
I think it's real expensive.
It is. It's 2, and then it's 3.
I think you're gonna have better things to do with your mana.
Probably, yeah. Prospector, you're in. Sparksmith, you're in. Spike Shot Goblin, you're in. Come on now. King Scourger, eighth of the echo cost. It always, like, you read it and you're like, okay, the echo cost is 3 in a red, but then when it comes time to pay it, you're like, Jesus Christ, that's expensive.
Yeah, I just don't pay it.
Yeah.
When it comes time to pay the echo cost, I make sure he's already got an axe on him, and then I just chuck him.
Chuck the axe holder.
It's what we do with goblins.
Yeah. War Torch Goblin. Get red back. Zada's Commando. Yeah, we'll throw that in there. Just all right. Where are we at here? 33 creatures, 7 sorceries, 1 artifact, 2 enchantments. Okay. So what I'm also thinking is, I know we talked about it earlier, but like some generic threat and effects.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get into other things, you got your Mightstone.
Uh-huh.
That's good. Did you put Raid Bombardment in?
Yep, Raid Bombardment and Impact Trimmers.
Okay. Here's the card that I desperately need you to add, because when you combo it with Raid Bombardment and Impact Tremors, it becomes the world's most mind-numbing, face-melting trumpet blast in existence.
Oh my god, tell me
The
right
card
now.
is called Wildfire Elemental.
Wildfire Elemental.
Yes.
Whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, hence the Raid Bombardment part, creatures you control get +1/+0 until the end of the turn.
If you attack with 3 Raid Bombardment creatures,
yeah.
all of them get +9 power.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. All of them get +3 power.
Plus
Raid
3.
Bombardment,
Yep.
sorry. Impact Tremors. So what you do is you make things unblockable. And then you hit your whatever Krenko's command.
Yeah.
With Impact Tremors on the board, and now all your stuff has +6 power.
Nice. I love that. So
Wildfire
I definitely want to throw in
some
Wrangles.
Yeah. I love Wrangle.
What is some other good? Bloody Betrayal, maybe?
Uh
I know that's 1. I don't know how good it is in this deck. And then I don't want to do a ton of
Mark,
them. Like, I don't want to...
Mark of Mutiny?
Mark of Mutiny's good. Like, maybe 3. Like, I'm not trying to go all in on triggering Sabira multiple times.
I'm trying to think of the other, like... There's another one that's
like,
really cheap if you control a creature with Menace.
Tentative Connection.
You're running the... Yeah.
Yep, I can do that over...
Do you have enough Menace to make that? Because otherwise it costs 4, and that's a lot.
As it
Like
is
without
now,
that, you might just be better off with...
Yeah, I think I only have the 1 creature that grants Menace.
Yeah,
But
the
that is a good
Caterwauling
one,
kid.
though. Yeah, that is a good one. Tentative Connection is a good one. Mark of Mutiny, Wrangle. That's probably maybe one more Bloody Betrayal or something. I'll just put that as a placeholder, kind of.
Oh yeah, Bloody Betrayal with the token. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Then I was
I
thinking
was trying to
too,
think of
because
the
this
other
is,
3-mana ones.
if I'm trying to activate Sabira, thank you, multiple times, or activate her and then wrangle her and then activate her again, I'm gonna need some mana. So I was thinking things like, what's the freaking thing, man? Add a red mana for each creature you control.
Oh, Battle Hymn.
Battle
and
Hymn.
Brightstone Ritual.
Brightstone Ritual, yeah. What do you think about stuff like that in this particular deck?
I think it's outstanding in this
I
particular
do
deck.
too, right?
Yeah.
Battle Hymn, and then I've got all these tokens, I've got all these creatures. What about like Infernal Plunge, the rituals? Infernal Plunge is the sacrifice one, right?
If you really
would-
need a ritual, but I don't think the deck really needs them.
So here's the thing about Infernal Plunge. It
Okay.
nets you 2 mana.
True.
By the time you want to be having this big turn, sacrificing a creature, doing these things, Seething Song also nets you 2 mana, and you get to keep your creature.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
knew there was
think-
more.
I think Mana Geyser is the really exciting one.
Oh,
Mana Guys is always bonkers.
Hell yeah, Mana Guys are perfect. So 3 gigantic big mana spells. Your
Yeah.
3.
4, right?
Got Mana Geyser.
Mana Geyser, Battle Hymn, Brightstone Ritual.
Brightstone Ritual. That's the goblin one, right?
Yeah.
Brightstone Ritual. Thank you. There we go. So we got 4 big mana spells to keep.
Here's an interesting search you could do. Type O :goblin,
Mhm.
and then -T :goblin. That'll get you all the cards with goblin in the text box that aren't goblin typed.
Oh, there's some kind of aura that goes on a land that gives a buff.
Yeah, Goblin Caves, Goblin Shrine.
Yeah, Goblin Shrine. They all get +1/+0. That's a little sketchy
The
just
goblin-
because I already have a lot of 2-power goblins.
Yeah, that
Goblin
might turn off
Grenade.
Spirit.
Hello. Yeah.
Goblin Grenade is real good. Yeah.
War Party's in there. War Strike. I got one of my pet cards. If I'm playing goblins, I
Yeah.
play Goblin War Strike. Period.
You gotta.
Gatsta.
That's what this search is about.
I'm Gunsta, Terry. I'm Gunsta. Nah. I don't know. Kuldotha Rebirth. You can only sacrifice an artifact, and I don't really have many of those in here. I'll leave it for now, though, just in case I end up with a bunch.
Rebirth is outstanding if you're gonna rock a bunch of rocks.
Rock a bunch of rocks. That's right. Now I could see Goblin Caves just to protect against wipes or whatever, sweepers a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, Goblin Caves I think is really good because otherwise you just categorically lose to Arms of Hadar.
Yeah, just thanks for the game, guys. I'll see you later. Yeah, Pack Attack. Good call, Hickabee. Good call. Pack Attack. Excellent.
Pack Attack and Ambitious Assault are the two.
Now, do we
best
want
ones that aren't
actual
locked
Trumpet
down.
Blast here?
Probably
Trumpet
not.
Blast is
There's just better versions.
There are better versions. That's
Trumpet
true.
Blast is like low key my favorite because like all of the better versions pretty much always say like creatures you control.
Yeah.
Trumpet Blast says attacking creatures, which gives you the very slim outside possibility of using it on someone else's combat step.
Orcish Orphelim.
And I think that's
Boom.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Do we
there's,
need to mana rocks? We need to talk mana rocks here. I'm never good at adjusting the correct amount of mana rocks in a monocolor deck.
So your curve is really, really low.
So low. Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be doing this thing where you want to like empty your hand fast because activating Subira is discard your hand. You want to have your hand pretty much empty by the time that happens.
Right.
So, Sniffhow's back. Sniffhow learned things about pack attack. I think that you want to add a bunch of. I think that you want every single 2-mana rock that comes in untapped. I think there are like 4 of those.
Okay.
But because they only cost you 1 mana on that turn. Because this deck is going to be really mana hungry with using Subira's abilities. So
Sure.
no, don't add them one at a time. Do T. No, not. Do T artifact CMC
Yeah. I
equals
was just
2.
typing them as they were coming to me.
Oh, add
T artifact. What's the rest?
CMC equals 2. O : add.
Dun, 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 dun. Iron Diamond that comes into play tapped.
Yeah, I think it's the Signet, the Felwar Stone, Mind Stone. There's like a Prismatic Lens, I think,
Yes,
and
Prismatic
Fractured Power
Lens.
Stone. I don't know if you want Fractured Power Stone.
Definitely the Prismatic Lens. Thought Vessel. Sure.
Yeah, Thought Vessel, do it.
I mean, there's not, a non-zero chance that I'll have more than 7 creatures damage an opponent.
Yeah, it's possible.
Possible.
Yeah, that would be my choice of
Yeah,
mana.
so that put me at 6. Well, 5, not counting Mind Stone. So I like that. That's not bad. Let's look at some lands. Let's get some lands. Yeah. Again, I'm not super concerned about thinning. Sure, let's take a mine. Why not? Give me another unblockable creature.
Oh yeah, Dwarven Mine is huge.
Yeah, Forgotten Cave. I know, I'm feeling you. Do it. Where are we at here? Sandstone Needle? Question mark?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Okay. Furnace. Big site.
I think this deck is just going to be pitching its hand so often that it kind of just mostly just wants mountains.
That's what I'm thinking. It felt weird clicking so many non-mountains. Yeah, I'm totally with you. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, like dig site might be it.
And Crystal Grotto, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was going back up top for. There it is. Cryptic Spires. Hello, come on. No,
Huh?
no takers. Okay, okay.
I do have
Not-
that in one of my decks.
It's not legal in your deck because it's a 2-color land.
Damn it! You and your
Sorry.
rules. All right.
Sniff wants to know if there's Walking Atlas in your deck.
Walking Atlas in my deck. There is not actually.
42 lands.
Yep. Getting rid of-
Put 42 lands in this deck?
You can't remove more than one at a time.
You can. Alt 2.
No. Alt.
No, just click on the number beside mountain.
Thank
You
you.
can just click on 35 and change it to something else.
Just type.
There we go. Groovy.
You're running 36 lands, really?
Can't help it.
What's your curve look like?
Probably close to 0.
Scroll down a bit.
I think 36 is probably fair in this deck. Because like the curve is really low, but you still just don't want to be missing them. Because like you're trying to set up for like turn 5 or turn 6.
The average mana value
Yeah.
of your main deck is
I suppose.
1.49 with lands.
Yeah. You're trying to set up for this like really big turn 5 or 6 where you give a
Yeah.
bunch of creatures unblockable and you activate
Holy
Subira's
shit.
other ability.
Putting in lands put me at 99 cards.
Yep.
Gotta love goblins, right? Now I was
Yeah.
thinking about what are your thoughts on dogpile, mob justice, that sort of thing?
I really like the one that can hit players.
That would be mob justice, and that's one of my favorite pet cards. I just never know if it's good or if I'm just clouded by
Oh,
the fact that I love it.
I think it's mob justice and like massive raid.
Is it massive raid? Yeah, mob justice deals one
I think
damage to target player for each creature you control. Yeah.
yeah, mob justice is only players. Massive raid I think is any target.
Hmm.
And I like that one. I think dogpile is only a creature.
Yeah, dogpile. I'm pretty sure is just a creature. Massive raid is an instant too. Mob justice is a sorcery. Massive raid deals damage to target creature or player, and it's one more mana,
Yeah.
but I think that's fine. Yeah, that's probably a good
Massive
call.
raid is the good one.
Well, it's at 101. We're good right now.
101 is where we wanted to be.
And I feel like I mean, there's not much to it, right? Like you get Sabira down, probably not turn 2, but turn 3. But you spent turn 1 and 2 dropping 2 to 4 creatures, I assume. And you just go to town. Like every turn, you're just dumping all the mana you can into making creatures unblockable and getting the draw effect, right?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing crazy here going on. I'm not missing anything, right? Like you're just trying to draw. Like
There's,
I could categorize my deck. Like all 34 creatures could just be card draw. Like I could name them a new category.
Brad, there's one thing that you're missing.
Okay, I need it. Tell me.
Ornithopter.
I think you're right.
It's not a goblin, but
It is
you
not a
can
goblin.
you can draw a picture of a goblin on it. You can get Liam to draw a picture of a goblin on it.
Bingo. Look at that. Best of both worlds. And I think actually Ornithopter was sort of like floating around in my head, and that's totally fine. I'm a fan. I thought about a
It's the
weird
best card in the
like
game.
thought about doing like a
See,
weird kobold type build, but I think that only really works in like Zada.
it's the best card in the game. I mean, it's better than any given Mox. It's better than Ancestral Recall. I don't know
Any
why you wouldn't
given
play it.
Mox. Huh.
You know what the
Interesting.
Moxes don't do? Draw
Attack.
cards when they damage players. Moxen are confirmed trash.
I think honestly, my hot take of the evening is Ornithopter is better than Black Lotus. Because what does Black Lotus do? It just gives you 3 mana on turn 0. Like Ornithopter is a
only once.
flying attacker and blocker on turn 0.
Clearly the superior magic card.
Clearly, the superior magic.
Black Lotus doesn't attack.
Yeah,
No, it
for
doesn't.
real.
It doesn't block.
Lame.
Doesn't
Doesn't
attack
draw you
or
cards?
block.
No. Why are people so excited about it? Like, why is it so good?
I think just because it's old.
It's just because it's on the reserve list is all.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I know people say that like fast mana or something like that is good, but like, who needs mana? Ornithopter costs 0.
Exactly.
Right. I don't know. I think anything at this point I'm just adding just for spice or just for
Brad.
Oh.
Brad.
Huh. Yes.
Cut 1 land, add Marching Duodrone.
1 land. Let's do
Just a mountain. Just cut a
mountain, you
mountain.
think?
A basic mountain. Yeah.
Why the Duodrone? Just cause?
Because it attacks and makes treasures.
Oh, good fucking call. Good call. Yeah. Every bit of mana is important in this deck.
If you make 3 treasures, that's effectively a Black Lotus.
Bro,
Which is
yeah,
not as good as Ornithopter, but it's still okay.
Yeah, it's 3. It's a Black Lotus, and you got in 6 damage. Like,
yeah,
come on.
Better than Black Lotus.
Easy.
You can make 3 different colors.
Oh shit! Wait. Oh. But yeah, ideally, like you said, Dave, I'm gonna be pitching my entire hand, or quote unquote, pitching my whole hand, even though that could be 0 cards, and drawing like 3 to 6 to 9 cards or whatever. Like in my head, this seems really silly, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. Now,
I think it'll be really fun.
Would you be interested in a Rubble Fort or a Drawbridge in a deck like this?
Rubble Fort, yes. Drawbridge, probably not.
Tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, I think just that one's fine. Just the one. Oh, now I'm way up there. Huh? Give me 2 cuts.
Pick your 2 least enthusiastic goblins.
I am not enthusiastic about Zada's Commando. First strike's nice, but meh, whatever.
I think Gutter Snipe is probably not very good for you.
Yeah, 22
You're
total. Yeah.
6 spells.
Yeah, I was thinking like it just has that incidental value, but you're right. It's 3 mana. Doesn't seem great here.
So honestly, here's what I would do.
Okay.
If you scroll up to the top of Moxfield, you can change how it sorts the card.
Okay.
Sort things by, instead of by alphabetical, so under view options.
Mhm.
Instead of sorting things by alphabetically, sort things by mana value.
Okay. I like the extra the mana.
And then just go to the very bottom of your creatures list and see what's expensive, and just cut some of those things.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Swarming Goblins is 5. Still,
Swarming Goblins, but it's so many bodies.
It's so many bodies. It's so fun. Like it's a good
Chimney-
blocker to hang back. It's fine.
Chimney Rabble might be the cut.
As I read that card earlier, when I clicked on it, I thought the same thing. When it's haste, when it ETBs, make a 1/1 Phyrexian Goblin. But it itself cannot be unblockable. It's nice that it has haste.
Yeah, I mean, Chimney Rabble is
4 mana.
It's 4 mana for 2 bodies. Or Swarming Goblins is 5 mana for 2 bodies half the time, 3 bodies the other half the time.
Yeah.
We're just going to assume that the critical never happens.
Yeah.
So I think Chimney Rabble's probably the cut.
I think it could go. Yeah, 4 mana for 4 power. That's fine.
It's 4 mana for 4 power, but
the haste isn't bad, but
no, it's not terrible. Yeah. But with 4 mana, I'd rather probably a 2 and a Sabira and then activate her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So
that's why we're finding cuts from the top of the curve.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, makes total sense. So 5, then it goes down to 4, 4, 4, 3, and then just falls off a cliff. I like it. Seems fun.
Yeah, looks like a good time.
Yeah. And this is another one of those that if I ever got tired of Sabir for some reason, there's a million different types of uncommon creatures that care about goblins that I could try out just for fun. Just put it right into the to the slot there. So excellent. That's it for me. I didn't mean to like fly through it, but that's all I got. Unless I'm missing something.
Nah.
Crazy. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just goblins, go wide, go big, draw a bunch of cards.
For sure.
Like I don't normally. I played a lot of goblins in 60 card Pauper, but not in PDH because of the card draw issue, the mono red issue of not being able to like super draw cards. But this has definitely piqued my interest.
Does Ornithopter even technically deal damage if it's at 0 powder? Sniff, you are misunderstanding how often this deck is going to have Mightstone in play. Because it's going to be all the time.
It's going to be every time.
All the time, every time. You just start with
Mightstone every time. That's right.
See, the thing with these mono red decks that are super low to the ground, they're either goblins or just all in on the tokens.
Yeah.
And the one that I just built, Frenzied Saddle Brute, I opted for tokens, but
sure.
It's nice. It's nice to see the goblin alternative here.
Yeah. Look at it. This is possibly the longest show we've ever done.
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah, we're pushing 4 hours. I think we did a 3-hour episode like in the first dozen or so, like actual podcast episodes, but look at us.
Yeah.
People hanging out all night.
When I finished my deck in 33 minutes and you guys were like, that was so fast, I was like, oh no. I'm gonna have a late night.
I was concerned. No, we got through mine pretty quick. Liam's even went kind of quick for being like a big like robust like Demir pile. I like that.
Mine clocked in at about an hour 5 hour 10 somewhere around there. But like I was like dead set. Like I know I'm going to need more than an hour to do this list.
Sure,
but I'm gonna cut it off at an hour.
Cool.
Yeah. Sniff says the beauty of this is we don't even have to edit it.
Oh, Sniff, I know. That is glory. Tomorrow will be the first Thursday I've done nothing in like 10 months, or since we started recording on Wednesdays, I guess. So all year at least. It'd be nice. Nice.
Enjoy your time off.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else before we get out of here? Let these lovely people get on their way.
Sometime in the foreseeable future, we should do a stream where we each play these decks.
Oh God.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just have to find a
My
fourth.
August is shot.
You what?
My August is shot. Catch me in September.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why
September's good.
Yeah.
I like
Good.
September.
Gives me time to metagame.
Yeah. We'll need a fourth who also built a deck from CMM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. I am totally down with that. And we could pick...
I hear Bill's got rhymes with Shadowfax.
Rhymes with poke people in the eye or whatever he said.
Hope's demise.
Hope's demise, yeah.
Shadowfax poke these guys is Tabarax. Hope's demise.
He was stretching, Bill. I love you. Love you.
I mean, once I knew the answer to the riddle, I was like, "Oh, that makes sense. I get it." That's
yeah,
clever.
once I got it. But I was not. I would not have gotten there on my own at all.
I was not on board.
No.
Yeah. Let's find a fourth.
Yeah, and we'll do it.
Play these games sometime in mid-September. And for now, let's go to bed.
Let's go to bed. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Super awesome. Appreciate everyone's support. Check out the VOD on Twitch for a while. I'll try to see if I can get it up on the Patreon. It'll be up on YouTube eventually, yada, yada, yada. And then we'll be back to normal scheduling next week without the Alcadron again. But he'll be in a very special place.
I will once again sponsor the episode.
Yes.
With a message from Gorks.
From Gorks, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Liam, Dave, thanks for hanging out with me all night. It was awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Wait, where's the outro? We got to do the outro music.
Do the outro music?
Yeah. Well, I mean, do the outro and then the outro music. Like, what was it? Brew deck, make some friends, have a good. I don't know. I don't listen to these. What do you say?
All right, as this patron-only episode number 2 live stream big thing comes to an end, we want to give a big thanks to MTG Brad for letting us use their original music for the show, as always. And from everyone in here to everyone out there, brew a deck, command your own masters. I don't really know. And we'll see you in about a week. Peace.
Cheers.
See ya.
Little bummed we didn't go with make some friends, but command your own masters is good.
Make some friends. I lost it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go pee. It's been delightful.
Have a grand night, everybody. See you later.
Good night.